Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Stark Media Wrestling. This morning, a very exciting tri-match over here at McKinley High School as the Bulldogs have the Massillon Tigers and the Alliance Aviators in. And with me, as always, my good friend and co-host, John Lowery. John, what's up, buddy?
Hey, glad to be here. And what a great venue we're at here. I heard somebody earlier say, hey, this is better than Talladega.
I'll tell you what, it's really nice. And I'll tell you what, we got two a little different from one of our other dual matches. TJ's got us a little here on the mat, so hopefully our fans will be able to see a little bit better of the action. Great camera view here today.
Yeah, hopefully if you're listening in, please share the link. Great way to, see a relative, family member, or if you're just, trying to see some great wrestling here today, definitely check it out. Very hospital here. McKinley crew, shout out to them for helping us out, get set up.
No, absolutely. Well, we're about two matches in. We were just a little bit tardy getting down and getting set up, but we are ready to go. Nice to see we have two officials on the mat, which is good. I see the one gentleman I know very well, Mr. Jack Moss. Jack, a longtime official, and doing a great job. And there we go. Buzzer sounds, second period. And here shortly, I see John's checking out the rosters, the lineups here for our teams, and give us a moment here to kind of regroup a little bit, and we'll make sure we're on spot with our wrestlers, weight classes, and such. What are you seeing there, John?
All right. I am looking at the rosters. See, I tell you what, glad to see all three schools, Alliance, Massillon, and McKinley, with pretty much full rosters. So not used to seeing that, especially, in Stark County. That's a good sign. Wrestling's growing, so it's picking up the pace. And, that's, we're seeing a lot of that alignment going on with the women's wrestling. So that's probably, something to do with that. But I'm going to actually take a look here and see who we got up on the mat right now. Okay, Jim?
All right, sounds good, Teach. Pick that out there. Again, we got Massillon. We have Massillon Wrestling Alliance right now. Two wrestlers on the mat. TJ is going to go over at the head table there, check out and see who we have on the mat. Nice arm bar in deep. Our Alliance wrestler rolling through. The official on the swipes, and he's down. He's looking for the fall here. Again, I believe we're about three matches in, looking at the team score 18-12, and there we have a fall for our Massillon wrestler.
All right, and that fall was end of the 138 bout. So we got the 144s coming on. That's going to be Johnny Belts from Massillon. And then from Alliance, it's going to be Eli Cook. That's for the 144-pound weight class.
All right, so at 138, that bout we just had before, again, the fall for our Massillon wrestler, that was Caden Kallick. Caden receiving the fall, our Alliance wrestler, Benjamin Brownfield. So here we go. We're in the 144-pound weight class. So starting, that means I'm not sure that we started at 106. We might have started up. I think this might be our third or fourth weight of the contest.
Correct. Yeah, it looks like they probably did a little stagger start. Sometimes they do that. They do a little coin toss, just like they do in NFL before the game starts, to see what weight class they're going to start at versus what end zone they're going to start from. So if you're new to the sport, that is something they do at these dual matches. We've covered a lot of tournaments, so you don't see that kind of thing at the tournament usually. But at these dual matches, yeah, that's always the approach.
That's excellent. I just saw a nice lateral drop by the boy from Alliance. That's Eli Cook again, doing a nice job riding on top, keeping good pressure as he's underneath those arms on good wrist control. Underneath, again, that is Johnny Belts. Johnny tried to make his way up, trying to get back to his feet, and Cook putting the legs in, and he's working the top of that head, John.
All right. Go, Johnny, go. All right. It's a good name. No, the action out here on the mat, tells me a lot about the growth of both these programs. Seeing these guys out here, working turns like that with that claw rod and the legs in. Glad to see that kind of experience from these wrestlers.
No, absolutely. He's got that leg in deep. He's got a half Nelson there. Official's kind of up. He's looking for positioning. Look for the swipes. Not going to be. They're going to work his way back down. Belts trying to fight that leg out. I'll tell you what, legs, just a great series, obviously, through the years. Back in the day when I wrestled, I think yourself too, we had a little bit more what we called the long leg, if you will. And here these last few years, running in what they call a little shorter leg, heel that leg more into that inner thigh area instead of going deep like they used to in the day.
I noticed that. Yeah, that's like you said, they used to call it, throwing in the boots all the way, and today I guess it's thrown in the heel.
Yeah, exactly. A little spur ride there, right?
Yep.
A little spur ride. Well, the toss there, or the actually choice going to our Alliance wrestler. Looking over to his coach, he decides to go down. So working, nice Granby, nice Granby coming out the back door. Boy, I tell you what, good flow by this young man. Again, Eli Cook, I believe, is who we're looking at.
That's Johnny Belts on top from Alliance.
Oh, I got the wrong. Oh,
yeah.
I had it backwards. All right, my
right.
apologies. My apologies. Yes, that's Johnny Belts.
And Cook is our man from Massillon.
And underneath is Mr. Cook. All right, got it. Thank you for that.
So again, 7-0 right now at the moment with Johnny Belts on top of that. So 7-0. Second period.
Team score 24-12 is our team score. Massillon so far out in front. Again, though, match very early in its design. So, again, boy, I tell you what, again, Belts in with those legs. He's got that half buried deep, reinforcing that. Official, there's a swipe. Swipes have started. Official says plane is broke. Going to look for that. I heard a 4 count. Nope, must have got the 5th because a 3-point just went up. No,
yeah.
Correction, 2. Got 2 points.
Tell you what, if Belts gets the pin here for Alliance, they're right back in that team race with Massillon here.
Oh, nice turn. Rakes it over top. This is deep. This is deep. And there it goes. 6 points fall for the Aviators. Again, Johnny Belts with the victory. Well done.
Way to get the team back in the team race. 18 points now for Alliance. Massillon at 24.
And that'll do it.
Like to see that tight team race here at Stark County action. All right, next up we got
150 pounds, right?
Yep, 150 pounds. And from Alliance, Raiden Carver. And from Massillon, that's Demir Hamilton.
Could be David Post.
Or
yeah,
David
I'm
Post.
Say I'm not really sure.
There's 2 that weighed in, so.
Carver on top quickly with the doing a nice job again. Second seeing here coming up for the Aviators, running those legs. Obviously something the coaching staff there must practice in the room pretty consistently.
We talk about ironing, sharpening iron. That's probably 2 drill partners right there also.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. No one more important than that drill partner for you in the room. All right, Raiden looks over. He's going to go optional start. Again, optional start has to show the official and puts him right back on his feet. They're going to go for takedowns. Oh, nicely in on the carry.
Wow.
Nice job.
Love seeing that fireman carry, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, glad that's still alive. Yeah. I thought that was one of those ancient moves that
you don't see it.
Left the sport.
Yeah, you don't see it quite as much, but those that do work it, great technique. Tell you what, back in the day, one of my favorite, usually used to hit it off, let a guy underhook me and kind of run it off that underhooks when I got underhooked, if you will. But that was nice on the inside control. And right away,
wow,
got a nice bulldog underneath or ball and chain. Again, series of different names of moves. Yeah, that was the one we talked about before, right? The old scoop the loop.
Yeah. I see the scoop part now.
Yes.
Yeah, from this vantage point, I'm seeing that. Oh, wow, Massillon guy with the reversal.
2-point reversal. Okay. Absolutely.
It's working possible, what do they call that, Jim? Like a quarter Nelson?
I think we used to call that the 3/4 Nelson. You're kind of underneath. He's trying to pull that head underneath. A lot of times you'll see the inside leg hooked to try to. It's kind of a what we used to call a little bit of a muscle move, right? I mean, trying to force that underneath. And we got a whistle. Trainer. Yeah, officials trying to find a trainer there.
Is that the trainer there in the red?
Could be.
Let me go look in the. Yeah, I think it's from behind.
Yep. And trainer coming out, taking a look. Not sure if we have blood time or what we have there. Yeah, I think it looks like we might have a nosebleed going there, John.
I see it. Yeah. Yep. And I was the trainer was already out there. I didn't realize it.
No. Oh, what, you go look for the trainer?
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, what a guy.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Yeah, he kind of beat you to it. He was there.
I'm glad he was.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're going to put the gloves on, mister.
That's right. Oh, my goodness. Well, it's definitely sometimes it's nice to get a little breather if you're a wrestler out there. Especially these guys were going at it. They were battling just now. So
Yeah, that was real nice
back
action.
and forth, yeah.
Tell you what, scanning the Massillon bench over there. See Massillon great Ivan McClay over there now in the coaching, doing the coaching duties there for the Tigers. Good to see him coaching. Great young man. Maybe someone down the road will possibly get on for one of our Where Are They Now segments. Even though I got to be honest, TJ said he's thinking about a different name for that. Where Are They Now? So he's going to work on
massaging that into something.
I guess something, yeah. I don't know about TJ doing massaging, but could be something that we may have to work into the repertoire somehow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, poor TJ, right? I mean, what was the last show? Was TJ in a Speedo, TJ in a two-piece.
Now he's giving out massages.
Now he's doing massages. I'm not really sure where this show's going, but somewhere not with you and I very soon. I got a feeling, right? Well, we're back to live action. Whistle blows very quickly. Our Aviator wrestler Alliance is up, and he's right into that pin situation. Strong, tight waist, got the hold. Official's going to award 2 back points.
Taking the score there, 8-5. So our Alliance wrestler with a 3-point lead. That ends the period. Going into our second period, we'll see who takes top, who takes bottom, or they decide to go neutral.
Actually, official is looking over at Massillon. So Massillon having a chance for choice. Looks like they have a defer. And before we can get going, the nosebleed has started again. And blood is obviously something, an immediate stop. We want to make sure that no concerns with the blood. The wrestler is obviously his safety, number one. And then, of course, clean up for both athletes. We don't want that blood all over the place, if you will.
That's correct. Yeah, safety first, as usual. They got that red mat that kind of camouflages it, but that's why trainers getting some extra innings in out there today.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, Jack Moss, a seasoned official, been around the sport many years, and he notices things very well. Immediately saw that, stop time, and get that young man cleaned up and before he gets back onto the mat. And I'll tell you what, again, we talk about officials all the time while we have a second here, very important. Anyone out there thinking about becoming official, we need officials badly, don't we, John?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, especially what's going on now. You mentioned, Jim, they had to cancel a dual match just right here in our own state of Ohio because lack of officiating. So if you're out there and you're interested in something like that, or one thing people used to always ask me is, well, how are you still involved in the sport? And that's a way to get back involved in the sport. If you're not coaching, if you're not, out there on the mat rolling around with the guys, you always get back on the mat by officiating.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, part of our Stark team, of course, Jason Atkins, Brad Scarborough, both members of the Stark Media Wrestling programming, both officials. And you're absolutely right. Brad had shared with us, right, in the one broadcast, it actually was 2 meets that had to be canceled because they did not have an official. So if you're interested, all you need to do is go to the Ohio High School Athletic Association website, OHSAA. If you search refereeing or officiating, I do believe, and again, it's not just wrestling. I mean, we need help in all of our sports. I know another big one is lacrosse. Lacrosse, of course, coming in the spring, but the lacrosse needing officials. So again, if you're interested, and I'll tell you what, pay wise, they do very well, don't they?
Very well. Yep. I got a few buddies that are very involved with officiating just for an extra, chunk of change every weekend. especially around Christmas time, like we're approaching, man. Helps pay for them gifts and gas for your travel. So, it, you know, they do pretty well depending on the the level of the event that you're at and the demand for it. They might be throwing you some extra money than what they used to. So check into it.
Absolutely. Yeah, check into it for sure. Well, we're back to live action. I'll tell you what, 10-3 our score. Alliance Wrestler I saw was on bottom, hit a nice Granby, followed well by our Massillon Wrestler. So Massillon still in control on top. We're into the second period, about a minute 30 in. Again, our bout score, our team score, 24-18. And that is, I believe, Massillon still in control of this one. Ooh, the official with the right hand up in the air, the fish that's stalling for our green wrestler.
Wow, look at this turn. That's a Harry Hushka half Nelson.
Yeah,
right there.
boys, got that half in deep. And of course, official stopping time. Again, I think the plug may have fallen out on the nose, but of course, I think also we're going to watch that shoulder on that half Nelson. Boy, he was running that, wasn't he?
Yeah, saved by the bell though. But
Yeah.
might have been potentially dangerous at the end there for sure. So double whammy with the blood time getting called up just in time.
Absolutely. Scanning both of these, and I know Alliance has, we've talked about our women's program. I know that Alliance obviously has, I do believe quite a few ladies. I'm not sure that I see any ladies over there today. I'm not really sure where Massillon is as far as the women's program, or McKinley, either one in that regard, if you will. But again, women's wrestling growing in the state.
I know Alliance, they got a strong women's program already, though. That's true.
Well, as we've pointed out, right, the women's national coach, Dane Johnson, Dane coaches over at Alliance. I believe he's a fireman by day, and then does the women's coaching at Alliance High School. And then, of course, come springtime, we'll see Dane again when we prepare to head out to Fargo with our national teams.
That's great to see. They say the quickest growing sport right now in the United States is women's wrestling. So great way to scholarship money wise. There's 45 plus women's college programs out there, and they're recruiting. They're looking for able bodies, girls that are ready to commit to the sport of wrestling. So, if you know somebody that's athletic and got the abilities, college help take care of some of that academic money.
Absolutely. Women's wrestling, one of the fastest growing sports here in the state of Ohio and in the Northeast. Out west, of course, women's programs have been around for some time out in Texas and California, Oregon, out in those areas. But again, migrating east as overall programs, not just a few ladies in the room every once in a while as it was back in the day.
And just to add some clarity too, because I was talking with my own daughters about wrestling, and my one daughter said, hey, you know what, Dad, I'm all in, but I know I can beat a lot of boys around here on the mat, but I think I get to a broader, bigger stage, it might be more difficult. And I said, no worries. I said the reason they have the women's wrestling because it's women. So your daughter is going to go up against another girl her weight class. It's a fair fight that way. So it's not mixed in anyway, just to be clear on that.
Right. Great point. Yeah, I'll tell you what, back to live action. They got that nosebleed stop. Again, that Alliance wrestler down, still trying to work his way, coming up off the bottom. The Massillon wrestler doing a nice job keeping control. Nice spiral ride in, spiral half. Got to come out to the side a little bit and try to work that in. The Massillon wrestler got a nice job. Had a little head and arm there. He settled in. Official looking for the fall. Got that elbow up. And there it is.
Wow.
Drops it. The official dropping the hammer. Slaps the mat. 6 points for the Tigers.
Just listen to that excitement we got in this gym here today.
No, it's absolutely nice little crowd for a Thursday morning.
Yep.
And everybody enjoying. Again, that was at 150 pounds. And that was our Massillon wrestler receiving that fall. And that was...
That would have been Rashawn Ellis from Massillon.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I think we were looking at, again,
well,
I'm going to tell you.
Well, here's the lines over here. Here we go.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're back to live action. And boy, quickly, the Alliance wrestler, I'll tell you what, just looking... You don't want to look down, huh? We look down, we look up. We have a fall. That was at 157 pounds. I'm going to guess that was Quinn Kallick. Quinn Kallick with the quick fall. That was 14 seconds. And as you talked about, that pin very quickly closing that match score. 30-24 is our score right now. The Tigers of Massillon still in a commanding lead.
So now we got up next was Alex Hartman from Alliance versus Damian Corum. And
we're at 175.
That is
are we at 165?
165, yep. And Damian with the early takedown.
All right, Alex Hartman underneath for the Aviators.
Oh, wait a minute, that pin went up into...
I think that was at 157. Yeah. So this is Alex Hartman. If we're at 165,
okay.
You want to check the head table
maybe real quick? Yep.
Make sure that we're under. And
yep.
Our Massillon wrestler here, again, this is Damian Corum. Damian lifting that far elbow, doing a nice job, checking out coach, making sure that he has his good position. Needs to settle in. The official in great position, trying to look for that fall. And I'll tell you what, our Alliance wrestler, Hartman, working back and forth, trying to keep that shoulder up and trying to fight back to his stomach, coming around nicely. Now he's got to watch there. He's got that far armpit, was almost around the mouth. All right, my man is back. What do you got there, Captain?
Well, we were correct, 165.
All right, so this is Hartman and Corum.
Yes, sir.
So Corum, again, on top, has that bundled up real nice. Good position, legs spread, keeping those hips down. Official in a great position. Tell you what, now it's just up to Hartman to fight this, and did all he could. Nice job by Alex.
What a fight, yeah.
Yeah, he really tried, did the best he could with that, but nope, with the fall. And 6 points for the team. It's at 165. Damian Corum. A nice job for the Tigers. Tigers taking that lead up by 6, 36-24.
All right, up next we got a 175-pound weight class, Riley O'Neill representing, I'm sorry, that's going to be Frajmore Salvino.
No, it's Francisco Salvino. Yep.
All right, versus Ben Hall.
Ben Hall. I'll tell you, Salvino, big name there, obviously in Massillon. That is the son of school superintendent Sal Salvino.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually had a chance back in the day, youth wrestling over at Jackson. Mr. Salvino was over there with us. I actually coached both his boys in youth wrestling for a while. And glad to see they stuck with it over there at Massillon, doing a nice job. 175 pounds. Nice shot in on the single leg. Good position.
There goes that head and arm.
Tried it. Got to keep that level down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Man, nice job by Salvino to come out of that. Nice fight.
Real nice fight. Good scramble there to start the match out. A lot of movement. Both wrestlers are tight in the action. And this Alliance wrestler got to stay in his stance. He came out a few times. I think that's what Salvino recognized right away. He saw that little, inch there. They say, football's a game of inches. Well, so it's wrestling. In that regard.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, the opening, right? The attack opening that you're looking for so many times is A, very small, and B, it's not open very long. So you got to be ready to attack. You got to be ready to take advantage of a situation. Now, they're both wrestlers head on. I'd be looking a little bit more angle. I'd be coaching a little bit more of an angle here. Salvino looking at dropping in right side. Could come up hard with that underhook.
Love that hook he got right there. See how he does with it? See the Alliance wrestler backed out.
Comes out nice. They're both clean. Yep. Coming with the heavy hands. So we always used to tell the kids, right? Light feet and heavy hands, man. Club the head. Club the head. Make them think a little bit about it. Salvino coming in nicely again.
Hand fighting. Yeah, that's somebody asked me about that last week when we were at North Canton. They said, what do you call that when the guys are just, throwing haymakers at each other?
Well, and Salvino coming in strong just at the whistle. No score at the end of the first period. And it looks like the Alliance wrestler had choice, and he has decided he's going to go down. Again, Ben Hall for Alliance. And unfortunately, we do not have grade levels here to share. Best we're going to be able to give you today is just names and weight classes. But, we'll keep things moving on. And Salvino got the legs tied up there, get a little bit of a leg lace, and the official says, nope, don't like that position. Lower back was cranked a little bit.
Yeah.
And he stopped that right now.
It's almost like a bow and arrow he had there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Where you bundle up the legs like that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, Salvino on top. They're going to get back into the referee's position.
0-0, second period.
Ben Hall down, looking for that escape. Underneath, doing a nice job. I see he's got hand control. And that's so important, right, with that wrestler on the bottom. Depending what your technique is on the bottom, I mean, obviously you got sit-outs, you got the switch, you got the Granbys. But, a foundational stand-up, either A, if you're a quick inside leg stand-up guy, even posting the outside leg with back pressure is a nice way to come up. Or if you have to, I always thought going back into the coaching environment, turtle that body up, just get on the hands. And then once I knew I had my hand control, then I'm going to bring that leg up and start working towards, the escape.
That's textbook. Yeah, that's spot on, Jim. Getting out, especially off the whistle, they try to, incorporate that in wrestling rooms. They have their guys, literally the old Padlov routine, hitting the whistle and everybody's hitting that front foot up, right?
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, nice up there by the Alliance wrestler. Hall's on his feet. And I'll tell you what, Salvino doing a nice job. Good pursuit. They go out of bounds.
Oh, I love
change.
That. Salvino flexed on him.
Little
that is awesome.
Little hoity-toity there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Love seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're reset.
Emotion. It's an emotional game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Reset, referee's position. The other thing I like about Salvino there, he's changing sides, right? Lining up on the right side. I mean, exactly. A lot of wrestlers, very common, will line up, on what we call the near side or the left side. And it's always good to give a different look, different feel, because, that one little movement going from one side of that referee's position may make that bottom wrestler have to think, which leg's my inside leg now? Because depending how they work in the room, they may or may not be prepared for that.
All right, we got 40 seconds approaching, and I tell you what, this is a college wrestling match. Salvino will be getting rewarded with what we call a riding point. So
the old riding time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Too bad they don't reincorporate that back into the high school scene. I believe at one time that was a thing.
It was part of high school. I'm not sure the year they moved that on, but no, it absolutely was part. So our Alliance wrestler back down, Salvino into a referee's position. Again, lining up on that far side. Nice job. Good flow. Alliance wrestler trying to do a little bit of a Granby technique there. Got to get those hips up a little bit more, makes it a little bit more clean. But Salvino doing a nice job staying on top. Again, going to go into the third period, very possibly 0-0. It'll be interesting to see what Salvino chooses come third period.
Right. I tell you what, after seeing Salvino in on that shot earlier, if I'm him, I'm maybe going on our feet.
Going on your feet?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We got some swipes going. Did we have enough? Did we have two?
Unless he got two just now.
No, he did not.
To go down and
he did not.
That one.
He did not. Yeah, almost only got a one count or maybe one count twice. You got to have that held in position for at least a two count. All right, third period. Here we go. Salvino is going to go down.
Score 0-0 still.
Yeah. Hall's going to go with the optional start. He's going to give the one. They're going to go on their feet. And I'll tell you what, brother, here's to me where wrestling, this is where it's won and lost, man, right on your feet. Love the takedowns.
This is that gut check right now, that last 2 minutes to stick it out.
Salvino in on the single leg, coming near side, good angle, works up. He's got to finish that. He's got to finish this a little bit quicker, doesn't want to work it up. But,
he has great positioning on it,
too. He's in an excellent position. You're right. Good angle, heads up. I like the position, just needs to finish.
He knows how to make that work for himself. You're right. Needs to finish.
To keep those hands up. Heavy hands again. He's got that underhook.
Ooh.
A little bit of a bear hug. And he keeps the feet in. And official says no. Both feet need to be in. He only had the left foot in. Had he kept that right foot back inside, that would have been two.
He needs to watch those NFL wide receivers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drag the toes.
Tippy toe that line, baby. Yeah. Tippy toe that line.
Oh, my goodness. Well, good news is he has still got the lead, 1-0. The Massillon wrestlers up on top.
I'd like to see shout out to Jay Atkins. I'm sure that's our Stark Media cohort, Jason Atkins, out there making a great comment. He's absolutely right. Jack Moss, one of the best officials all around and in the area, and a great mentor to young officials. Like I said, I officiated for 1 year. Jack actually was the one that talked me into going into officiating and really helped me out. And I just can't say enough about Jack. Tell you what, I got a story I'll share with you. Back in my when I was a young stupid coach, something that I did but was important at the end that I repaired what I did, but we'll talk about that here in a moment. So Salvino again doing a nice job, good flow. Hall just not able to come up off the bottom. Now he's finally up to his knees. Salvino working that tight waist near wrist. Good pressure. He's got the leg tight.
Wow.
Oh, I see a swipe, but I'm not sure we got two. Here we go. There we're going to get two this time. Going to get two this time, John.
All right,
there's the back points. 2 points for the back. 5 seconds, short time. This period's going to come to the end, and the Tigers are going to come out with a victory, and that is 175. Francesco Salvino.
Wow,
doing a nice job. Well done. He's going to get that hand raised. There we go. 5-0 our bout score. That'll be 3 points for the team score. And that'll take the Tigers 39-24. Who we got up now, John?
All right, so it looks like that takes us to the 190 bout. We got Chris Fair from Massillon, and we got him up against Jackson Eddy from Alliance there. And these guys off to a good start, squaring up on each other. Already in with a shot, and we got a takedown.
Yeah, right now, Eddy in on the 2.
Yeah.
Underneath those arms, real nice. Right away again, going to the legs. Doesn't have the leg in, though. He's kind of over the body.
Is it just me? I feel like we've done the Ironman or Canton Holiday Classic. Now we're here today, and these upper weights are lightning.
Yeah, a lot of movement, which is good to see. A lot of movement. Of course, we're not up to the big horses just yet, but even so, these guys down here.
I remember 190 used to be like your more stocky, fire plug looking wrestler that was
a little bit more grizzly bear wrestling, head ties in motion. But
these guys look like 106 pounders out here. Yeah. Flying.
Eddy, nice job underneath, looking for that 3/4, just not there. Massillon wrestler doing a nice job keeping position. And he cuts away. Nice cut. Got to break free to get the points, but he drags through. Little short drag underneath. Nice job on top for the reversal. So
2-2. That tied it up.
Fair doing a nice job with that reversal. Ties the match at 2.
Foul is fair and fair is foul.
That's exactly something like that.
Something like that.
They both started with F. That was good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can remember that one. Whistle. The Wrestlers go out of bounds, coming back to the center. Eddy is down in a referee's position. Fair on top. Again, Eddy's job is to come up. He needs to escape or look for that reversal. Fair on top. He wants to embrace the grind, if you will. He wants to grind that, and he wants to work for that fall.
There it is. Oh. I like the club on the head hunt there. That's
Little roly-poly, both guys. Rolls through there, and Fair ends up maintaining position.
That's a risque thing, but hey, you come out on top of that scramble at the end.
Yep, rolled through, did a nice job, and that'll do it. End of the first period, 2-2 our score. Nice bout here at 190 pounds. Fisher looks over at the Massillon coach. It looks to be Fair's choice, and Fair consults with coach, and they're going to go down. Referee's position. Fair going to work for the escape, going to put Eddy on top. Now, of course, Fair had that reversal in the first period after the takedown by Eddy. A little bit of a sit out there momentarily. Look for that head, kind of head hunt that around, but Eddy able to follow.
Almost like a claw rod he had going on there. He was just across the shoulder with it.
Yeah, a little bit across. Got to be careful coming out front too much with that.
Now here's that half leg kind of rod we were talking about earlier. Well.
Now that one went a little deeper, but you're right. It did start short.
Yeah.
You start with what they call the short leg. Now he's got that half. We got a couple swipes there. Let's see if we have enough for some back points.
Maybe.
Official, not yet. We could have a
Wow, what a
reversal.
scramble. What
Fair
a
coming up on
scramble.
top. They're still battling.
This is a
And we
scramble.
could have the cradle. Oh, Eddie's got the cradle. It looks like he's got this
Wow.
locked. Nope, he's got it locked up. Officials in great position looking for that. And breaks
my
free. They go
goodness.
out of bounds, and we're going to get 2 points for Alliance Eddie
So,
with the back points.
what do you think, Jim? Was that the scramble of the day so far?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We're going to go scramble today. That was it. Absolutely. Well done, both wrestlers. And that's the key, right? I mean, we always say keep wrestling, don't stop, keep wrestling. And both those guys, absolutely. Nice job. Eddie on top. Again, up a little bit high. You know, he's going to try to keep that head. He got to get that head back just a little bit underneath on that arm, like you had pointed out. Looks like he's got a far side cradle. He does. He's got that locked. He wants to work for that bottom knee. Get that bottom knee in the side if he can. Fair's got to try to keep that shoulder up on the chest. And Fair, nice job. Fights, but gives up the 3.
Wow.
Doesn't give up the fall. That's what's most important,
that's
right,
most
partner?
important. That's right. Yeah, especially with the team score in mind. And I remember being that guy back in my day.
Which guy? The guy with the cradle or the guy getting cradle?
The guy getting cradle.
I'm not going to say that was me. I was the guy.
Okay.
I was the guy getting cradle.
So
I figured you were the guy administering the cradle.
No, I had to. I think we both got the short arm
exactly.
disability. Being short there, but we're breaking into the third and final round here. 7-2 on the scoreboard.
And I believe choice went over to Alliance. So Eddie's choice, he decided to go on his feet. Did a nice job. Get that opening takedown. Second period, racked up some back points to extend that score by 5. Oh, there he is on the single leg, outside leg single, and quickly around for the 2. And looking over at his coach. Coach says, "Hey, let's kick him out. Let's go back on our feet. Let's keep working those takedowns."
I remember, being the guy that I think we were wrestling Columbus DeSales. They were pretty toe-to-toe with our squad when I was back at Walsh Jesuit. We were at the state duels, and they bumped me up a weight class or 2, and they said, "Hey, just don't get pinned. That's all you have to do." And we won the match in the team race.
And that was it?
That was it. They said, just late. And they were saying that my teammates were yelling, "Starfish." I didn't know what that meant. That meant to flatten out my belly, tight to the mat to stall on bottom.
Oh, that's a good thing they didn't yell Patrick, right? I mean, SpongeBob and Patrick.
That's right.
Little Patrick action.
If they would have said Patrick,
you'd have got it.
I would have got it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sitting there thinking the whole time, like, what is starfish? I don't know that move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who teaches who taught us starfish?
What is a starfish? Well, if somebody yells starfish on me, it'd be like they're gonna throw me back, right? I mean, starfish. Where's Bostic? They can throw me back in the ocean.
Well, I thought I don't know if they wrestlers still do this, but I used to look at the brackets and go, this next kid, I got some real fish, meaning he wasn't that good.
Right.
So I thought my teammates were making fun of me, saying he's our starfish.
The starfish. I was our starfish for many years, so I can relate to that one. I got you, brother.
Yeah. So I'm like sitting there saying, man, everybody's up against me.
Yeah. But because you didn't get pinned, we had a match victory.
Right. So it was the wildest thing ever. I didn't get my hand raised. This kid, just slaughtered me out there on the mat, wiped the mat with my face.
Right.
But I didn't get pinned.
Now, were you around the time that had tech fall already come into play, or was tech fall?
Tech fall wasn't in play, so I avoided the tech fall too.
Yeah, well.
So the guy just got the major on me.
Right.
And my team, my whole team came out and like lifted, hoisted me up on the shoulders, and
wow.
I was like, what did I? I just lost.
Hey, I'm the starfish. What are you doing?
I'm the starfish. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what. I came through when we didn't have the technical fall, so 25-1, 24-3. Yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah, there were some of those scores, but I didn't get pinned sometimes. What can you say?
I can't remember 25-1.
Yeah. Well,
my God.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? All right, looks like we had a little blood time here on the mat, and officials making sure everything's okay. I see Mr. Moss over at the head table checking things out. Got our coaches cleaning up. Usually the team of the
hosting event, yeah.
Well, that
or the team of the bloodied up wrestler.
Yeah, the bloodied wrestler, right? So it looks like the Massillon group is out there
scouts like, hey, that's y'all
cleaning things up. So
Mr. Moss coaching up the other official. Mossman Prophecy returns.
No, absolutely. Jack's a great guy. Is son Jason, I believe, also. I'm not sure he's still officiating. I know that he had for many years. When I was coaching youth wrestling over at Jackson, he was there. Just a great father and son team. Or two, like with our Jason Atkins, right? Jason, his son, both officials, getting their feet wet in the officiating world, and great time for Jason to spend time with his son and two of them to enjoy the passion of this sport that they love. Just this time wearing the stripes, right? Instead of coaching or maybe putting that singlet on, putting the stripes on together as father-son is amazing. So, all right, we're back at it. Third period, minute 20 remaining. Eddie from the Aviators of Alliance in the lead, 9-3, shot by Mr. Fair, a little short.
Wow, you know what? It's kind of interesting because a lot of times off these injuries or blood times, even in the third period, these guys, they get that little bit of rest there that they can come back full swing. I mean, these guys just came at each other like it was the first period.
Right, absolutely. Eddie again with the takedown. This time got a nice.
Wow.
Not really sure where, coming around the waist, got 3 points on the back. But I'll tell you what, again, you're going to love these Massillon wrestlers, man. They just don't stop wrestling. That's so important. And, we got the double shoe pull. I don't know. What do you want to call that, huh? I mean, that's.
Well, Jim, that brings us to our next segment. We call that the Rudy Rudiger move of the day.
The Rudy Rudiger move of the day. All right, I like that. All right.
Yeah,
that'll work.
I mean, he grabbed those laces and pulled them right in, kind of like Rudy did at that final tackle he had, or the only tackle he ever had in college football. Yeah,
it's amazing. Eddie coming near side, looking at near side cradle, going to take it the other way. Nice to see, get that head in the ribs. There he goes, got it in, going to take it over. And because his body is still in, both feet are in, they go out of bounds. Official says 2 points for the back, and time will run out. And it looks to be 6-3, our bout score, a major decision for Alliance.
Wow, they needed that back in that team race.
That'll put 4 points on the team score, 28-39. The Tigers of Massillon still in the lead.
And heading into 2:15 bout, we got Onez Rosborough from Alliance versus Cody Fair, I'm guessing the brother of Chris, who we just saw at 190. So.
And Cody, I believe, big football player for Massillon, is he not? I believe.
That's it. Yeah, that name rings a bell on the football field. Yeah.
Well, where's TJ? TJ will help us out with the football area. He's back here.
He's back there looking at his beachwear for
our beach wrestling edition.
Yeah,
that'll be coming out this spring and summer, ladies and gentlemen. Hang right in there. Yeah, Roseboro doing a nice job there with Fair boy. Nice looking 215, big boy. Got the height, got the leverage with him, as well as just the physique to go with that. Nice underhook head. Tell you what, though, Roseboro's got that head on the inside. Fair's should try to work that. I would say, like to see Fair work that head to the other side, break free.
Keeping that positioning though, yeah. Somebody coached him up on that. I like that. Now this is one of those hand fighting bouts. Looks like we're gonna get into here. These guys are definitely all about some heavy hands.
Absolutely, nice job, Fair, trying to throw that high crotch motion a little bit there, gets on the legs, but I'll tell you, Roseboro comes out, little throw by attempt, but Fair keeping nice position. Yeah, I'll tell you what, there you go. If you happen to see it, very quick. Remember, we talked about attack openings. Fair went up to try to adjust his headgear. Roseboro seeing that hands come up, the body exposed, the legs exposed, try that double leg attack there, obviously with Fair's athletic prowess, not to be, but he saw that little opening. He was going to take it.
Let me ask you this, Jim. What's the better approach? Just getting the leg back or like a full sprawl? Just depends on the scenario.
I think it depends on the depth of that initial shot, right? If that shot comes up a little bit short, I think a little short sprawl, maybe. And then what we used to try to get the kids to do is immediately get into a snap down situation, take advantage of it, right? As he's coming on that shot, nice block on the clavicle of your opponent and hand, and then we can hit a snap down one side or maybe shuck to the other. If he gets in a little bit deeper, man, you got to get those legs back, fight that opponent's head to the middle, and really apply pressure with those hips.
Agreed. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's interesting because I've seen a little bit of both, at the Ironman and Canton Holiday Classic, and then again today. And it's funny though, because I hear coaches, coaching their guy coming off the mat saying, "You weren't supposed to sprawl there. I was saying get your leg back." And in those cases, what happened was the guy, he sprawled too far back and then got taken down. So
no.
yeah, just it's that weight disbursement. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. Know the feel, know where you're at. Boy, and I'll tell you what, talking about feel right there, Fair with a nice little roll through and comes up on top, 2-point reversal, Massillon. Cody Fair doing a nice job there, right to the far wrist. Going to use a little head lever there, trying to pull the wrist, use that forehead in the armpit. There it goes. He's going inside. I'll tell you what.
Tight waist ride.
Well, I'll tell you what. And I'll tell you, look at the size of Fair, right? I mean, he's got those long arms, long legs. That really helps in that tight waist. Coming in. Merkel position. He's got the inside leg. He's around that. He's going to bring it through. Here we go. Is it enough? Official. I saw one swipe. You see two or one? I think we just got one.
Just one. Now, again, that's why I love freestyle wrestling, folks. That would have been 2 points.
Right.
Yeah.
Back exposure. All you got to do is just expose the back.
Yeah. Depending on the way that it's exposed, right?
I believe. And I'll tell you what, though, Roseboro not daunted by that little bit. Works well, nicely back to his feet. 2-1 our bout score. And Fair with the working, trying to fight off that underhook that Roseboro, again, nice job with the underhook. He's got his head good position on the inside. He just needs to do something with it, right? I mean, just to push and pull is one thing, right, but you got to, create something here. Look for some way. Exactly. Use it, right?
Yep. I think I heard his teammates or coach say that. Use it. Use that up.
Exactly.
Yeah, but definitely got to use it before you lose it. And there you go. Lost it. It's did a great job keeping that positioning with it, though.
Yeah. Absolutely. Look at short time, second period, short time under 10 seconds.
Yeah. If I'm the opposite, if I'm in, if I got the lead, maybe I'd be doing that. But he's down by one.
No, absolutely. All right, choice goes to the Alliance wrestler, and Roseboro, there's no doubt what he's going to do. He's going to go down. He wants to get that escape, tie the match 2-2.
So if you're Fair, do you maybe try to ride him here for a few seconds and let him go?
Yeah, I think I'm going to let him earn it, right? I'm going to try to keep him down as much as I can. You obviously got to watch and use the clock accordingly.
Again,
Yep, he's got the Merkel near side here again.
So awesome.
Got to extend it a little bit. But I'll tell you what, though, that's what happened the last time. That's where he lost it before when he put that Merkel
right there,
in. Yep, and Roseboro to his feet, 2-2. Here we go, brother. Just like we talked about, take down to win, right? I mean, that's where it's at, on our feet.
This is not just you versus that guy. This is you versus yourself right now. Decision-making time, not just on being indecisive or not, but also gut check. I mean, you're at this point, feeling it. You're all that conditioning, everything. It's what all is about right now, this moment.
Absolutely. And in Fair, of course, as we talked about with the football, Massillon going deep into the playoffs, I'm sure Fair did not get a chance to walk onto the mat when his other teammates did to start the year. So I'm sure he's still working himself into, wrestling shape and wrestling conditions. Stalemate the call, no action, 2-2. 54 seconds, under a minute here in the third period. Great bout. Roseboro for Alliance, Fair for Massillon. And we're going to see who's going to find the opening, maybe make a slip. We don't know. Little forehead to forehead. Guys staying square. Would rather see some angles here, would you not?
Right. Yep. Definitely like to see the more movement. And these guys can move. They showed it to us earlier. So maybe that third period just finally starting to hit both of them midway into it. And like you said, with Fair coming off the field, I know his pain. I had the same problem. Went from football season to wrestling, and me and TJ were talking about that last week. That's it's a transition because of it's a different. People say, well, what does it matter? He was practicing football. Well, it's a different kind of cardio. Would you agree? It's just a different kind of shape you got to be in.
Absolutely. Well, we're at short time. This is going to go to overtime. 3 seconds. We're going to go there. 2 seconds. 1. That'll do it. Regulation done. 2-2. Our bout score. Now it's going to go to OT. First takedown will win. Now, again, if the wrestler should take them to the other wrestler to his back, they will permit that to stay in position to see if that wrestler can achieve the pin. A little bit different from years past.
Which is serious for Alliance at this point with the team race. At 6 points,
Absolutely.
could put them in a situation where they might be able to tie this all up.
Alliance needs a couple wins here. They need this one. They need that heavyweight.
Yeah.
I see the heavyweights both preparing to go to the mat. Roseboro, a little bit more action here right now. I mean, Fair keeping pressure, but Roseboro doing a little bit more with the
double underhook.
Yeah, the hook. Nice head bang. They'll go back to the center. 26 seconds. This might go into the ride outs. We'll see.
So on the ride outs, same rule applies. After let's say a wrestler gets an escape, we wait for the time to finish.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, no, you wrestle 2:30 seconds, both guys, unless you get a fall.
Okay.
But both wrestlers will get a 30-second ride out attempt. And if no score, then we go to sudden death ride out. Ooh, and they go out of bounds. Sudden death ride out. And so we'll see if we get that far. 4 seconds remaining here in the first overtime. Fair, Roseboro. Nice job. Fisher will flip. This will give choice. And looks like Massillon will get their choice. He gets to choose top or bottom. Again, in this overtime area, both wrestlers get an opportunity here, barring a fall.
I like that. That's fair.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of Fair, he's getting out right away.
And right now, where'd that energy come from, huh? Boy, he was kind of letting that sit a little bit or something, huh? Popped right up.
He used that first OT period as a breather.
Absolutely. Nice job. Right. They're on the feet. 1-1. Of course, Roseboro gets the opportunity to go, and I'm sure he's going to obviously choose down because he does have choice, but.
Right. I wonder if he planned that out. Or...
Yeah. 3 seconds. And could we get 2 in the takedown? Fair. No, he hangs on. Wow. Tell you what, a couple more seconds, and that is not where Cody Fair wanted to be in that attempt.
This is pure excitement here in this gymnasium.
There we go.
Right
Yeah,
now.
People get a little crazy. 3-2, Fair in the lead. Roseboro's down. Roseboro has to get out to take it into sudden death ride out. Here we go. Fair doing a nice job. He's got the spiral ride come off. He's going underneath, trying to find good position. 15 seconds. Roseboro has to get one. He's working on the hands. Now Fair's got to get into that and breaks free. Looks like he's going to get that one. And, the official, I think he awarded 2 on a reversal. 2? I'm not really sure. Oh, wow. And he is going to give 2 on the reversal. 4-3. Now 6 seconds to go to sudden death.
He can do it.
Fair has to get out. He's got 6 seconds to get out. He's down.
Well, he got out.
Exciting.
He got out in 2 seconds earlier.
Was it? Here we go. 5, 4. He does. He's got the one. They're going to go to sudden death right out.
Wow.
No, I'm a little confused on the score. Is that right? 4.
It should be 4-4. I think they just the people want to work on the table.
Yeah, I think that score should be tied.
Yeah. It's or 5-5. Yeah.
Yeah, 4-4, 5-5.
1 of the 2. 4-4. There it is. They corrected it.
It's corrected. All right. So we are going into a 30-second ride out.
Yep.
So the opponent that scored or the wrestler that scored first gets choice. So obviously that's Fair. Fair is going to go down. To win this, all he has to do is escape. Roseboro to win has to keep him down. So I'll tell you what, he's had a little trouble with positioning here. I'd almost let him come a bit and then drop into a single leg, try to hold that single leg.
For life, right?
He can.
Yeah.
And doing a nice job. 20 seconds, 25 or 23 seconds. Fair's got to come up. Roseboro got good position.
Keeping that pressure on him right now from the top. And Fair's working that wrist.
Oh, the official says stalemate. Looks over. Boy, restart. I don't know. I guess I get the restart, but that
makes it now. Who do you think it makes it tougher on that restart?
Top man. Yeah. I mean, that gives that bottom man a fresh piece. Just you see right there. Yeah. See, and again, top man really wasn't working much for the fall. He's still supposed to work for that, not just kind of hang and ride, but. Right. Cody Fair coming out with the sudden death overtime victory. 3 points for the Tigers. 42-28 our match score. That may be enough
to seal the deal. Yeah.
Seal the deal. Yeah.
That definitely did. And then we still got to come our 285 heavy hitters. We got Chase Finnegan from Massillon. And up next from Alliance, Canton Jones. And they are already at it. They are sparking it up, and we got special guest with us joining me.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a matchup right there. So I'm sure you guys probably the seasoned pros, the savvy vets that you are, kind of probably broke that thing down there between Aiden Mosden and Cody Fair. But for those that don't know, two of the best local football products that we saw in the Stark County area last year, or this year, top 5 statistically in plus 20. So, I mean, he was living in people's backfields, did a little rush defensive end, kind of put him everywhere. It was a mismatch and kind of just worked himself and it just had all these tackles for loss. And then obviously what Cody Farrer did, we talked about it over at Hoover Holiday where, his linebacking abilities next to Dorian Pringle, who was first team All-State. I mean, to me, Cody Farrer kind of elevated Dorian's game and they were kind of competing within that linebacker room. You know how that stuff goes, hey, you're getting all the recognition. I'm going to up my game, get better stats than you. Maybe I'm going to get the recognition now. And at the end of the season, to me, Cody Fair was one of the best linebackers, not only in Stark County, but all of Northeast Ohio, and it showed. Led his team to the state semis against Hoban, and you see him there fighting. What they went into six periods there. You had overtime, all of it, man. And
that was Mortal Kombat right there, man.
Yeah, to be able to get the 5-4 victory, that was that was kind of a premier matchup in this try.
And to be fair to Cody Fair,
yeah,
coming off the football season, dad joke of the day, brought to you by Jim Bostic.
Dad bod of the day.
So. No, but he came off that football season, which, it's a tough transition. It's still early, and both of them did. So to see them out there, going at it like that was super impressive. It's funny, TJ, you came in with the football info because that's what the first thing me and Jim said at the beginning of that matchup was.
Yeah.
These guys look, we recognize the names,
right?
And then we're like, man, these guys got football written all over them.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, Lions had a great season. They had a really good team. We talked about Caden Davis a lot through football and even at some of the tournaments that he's going to be wrestling for Youngstown State. Hey, real quick, while we have a moment here before my guy Jim Bostic hops back on, we want to give a special shout out to some of our sponsors and partners that make these broadcasts here on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel possible. And it all starts with our friends at the Eagles FOE number 190 in downtown Massillon. Check them out over at 303 Wyrick Boulevard Northwest. Call them at 330-832-7385. They're open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. Their website is eagles190.com. And for $20, you can go over there, sign up, get your application pushed through. You get a sponsor who kind of initiates you. And then on a yearly basis, you pay $24 a year to have access and be a part of this fraternity that donates over $100,000 a year to local charities. So go over there, patronize our friends over at the Eagles FOE 190. They are the presenting title sponsor of these wrestling broadcasts. Got the legend over here, Spencer Lino. He talking about great linebackers for Massillon.
Yeah.
The guy just rolling past us there. Spencer dapping up one of his linebackers from this past season, Cody Fair, on his victory. And then a couple other friends we want to mention here, partners of ours, as you see another Massillon Tiger legend, Rager Elsgo, walking by. A little nasty little trench mafia warrior down there at the guard spot was nasty. But hey, how about our friends over at Vallos and Associates? Go check them out at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Call them at 330-494-2776 for all your home, auto, life, and financial service needs. A staple in the North Canton community for over 75 years. And I guess I didn't even introduce myself. I jump off, man. What up? It's your boy TJ Downing, John Lowery, Jim Bostic, right here downtown. Got another Massillon Tiger legend over there. If you didn't check out the holiday Christmas card from the Tiger Super, check out Paul Salvino and all that they do over there in Tiger Town. Keeping things rolling here into the winter. Happy holidays, everybody, coming up. Christmas here. Hey, you look good for your picture, man. They got your good side over there, Spence. Good seeing you, buddy. With the holidays coming up, we are out here. Let's kind of wrap up our week as we get into Friday tomorrow and just kind of take some time off next week. We'll be out on a couple different sites doing some coverage. But as we get ready to go into the first of the year, we'll be back with wrestling, swimming, and diving, everything that we're doing with basketball. If you didn't get a chance to catch our guys last night, Sam Burke went into Shooter, Lee Foster on 99.7 FM and the free iHeartRadio app. Brought you a great game between the Lake Blue Streaks and the Dover Tornadoes. Dover ended up getting them in the end, but Lake Blue Streaks, coached by Tom Bride, got a nice squad. Also got a chance the night before to see the McKinley Bulldogs, who were down here in the downtown campus for the Pups. They took on Brecksville, hosted the Bees. Bees were able to get the better of them again. Came all the way down to the wire, went 38 all into the fourth period, but Brecksville able to walk out of the field house, the Canton Memorial Field House, legendary place to roll. They were able to get the victory there, 53-49. So we'll see the Pups and Coach Andy V back in action here as we get past the holidays. And then, John, we know some other events coming up. We'll be up at MIT in Medina. We're also going to have some coverage from our guy Tim down there at the Wheeling Doles. You also have, which I just found out, got a chance to catch up with, I don't know if you remember, Greg Farrar, you were gone. You had already gone to Walsh Jesuit by 9th grade. So yes. Greg Ferrara was actually Dave Fisher, who is the super down there at Sandy Valley, was his offensive line coach for us after Taft and Middle Branch merged. Remember after the Taft Middle Branch game, we got to go in there and eat pizza in the locker room together and act like we cared about each other. We just tried to kick each other's asses.
I do remember that, yeah. That was the most awkward. Yeah, anyway. But
it was great as the McKinley Bulldogs are coming out here onto the floor and all the work that Greg Ferrara does here at Canton City Schools, along with Coach. And we got a chance to see Badriel Bardwell and Josh Grimsley, who's a former McKinley Bulldog out here. Our guy Mike Schott. Also, Joe Bogdan always getting us hooked up here, athletic directors and
great hospitality.
Facility managers extraordinaire, man. They always welcome us in, get us set up here in this prime time location. So, again, getting a chance to see my old offensive line coach from freshman year, Greg Ferrara, was just phenomenal. Cool. It made my day, tell some stories. Kind of the first real competitive coach in my life that kind of pushed me in the right direction. So as I get ready to wrap it up here and send it back to me, who had a legendary in the room episode this morning over there at Jackson, want to give a shout out to Ronnie Hepner, graduated from Carrollton, now coaching the Jackson Polar Bears. When you get a chance to see it tomorrow, you'll be able to appreciate this, John.
Yeah.
Zach Meiser coming back, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking up at his sheet from when he won the state championship, 2002. So I'm like, okay, do the math. 38 years old, just like us.
Yeah.
And he's out there going full tilt with these cats, wrestling with some of the current dudes, wrestling with Vic, who's still wrestling in college, giving him some work on an early Thursday morning. Going after it, going hard. Check out Stark Media Team on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram. Follow us, subscribe, like, and share, and you'll get a chance to see. I'm going to put it up here after I give the headset back to Jimmy B. But some videos from today here at this match between Alliance, Massillon, and McKinley, but then some videos from inside the room. And Meisner's going buck.
Yeah.
Yelling at these dudes, I need more from you. I need more. Doing sprints across the room and back. You're loafing, lazy. Everybody up and do it again. The players are yelling at each other. Dude, it was awesome, man. Just the energy, and for Coach Hepner to have a guy like that to kind of, you don't always need to be the bulldog or be front center of attention. You've got this dude that can come in and do it for you.
So that's why he never has his voice.
No, dude, it was raspy.
Raspy.
It was raspy,
voice,
man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm the same way. I start getting into some of our broadcasts, man. I just got to get going. But yeah, Zach, shout out to them over there. Jackson Polar Bears, Coach Hepner, Colton Arnold, Reagan Malloy. Can't remember the other guys. Jim Bostic will talk about it here. And again, check it out on Stark Media YouTube channel. Tomorrow, it'll be coming out. You'll be able to see that third episode of In the Room with Jim Bostic on our Stark Media Team YouTube channel. That'll be out tomorrow morning. Happy holidays again to everybody. And again, to our partners here, can't do it without you guys. We love you, appreciate you, everything that you do for us. How about our guy, John Lindsay? If you're looking for some food here before the holidays, don't want to cook because you're going to be cooking on Saturday and Sunday, tonight, tomorrow, call our guy, John Lindsay, at Lindseys Pizza. They're located inside the Hillsdale Shopping Center at 2827 Whipple Avenue in Canton. Call them at 330-477-3800 or order online at lindseys.pizza.com. They're open until 11 p.m. Pizza, chicken subs, salads, and calzones, strombolis, whatever you need, John Lindsay and Lindseys Pizza gets it done. Call them, order online at lindseys.pizza.com, or go see them at the Hillsdale Shopping Center on Whipple Avenue in Canton. Does a lot for this Canton City Schools athletic department, whether it's feed the team, whatever it may be. John Lindsay always steps up for his people and gets it done. So the official game day and post-game pizza, official pizza of the Stark Media Team. Call McNeill & Sons Tree Service, located in Portage Lakes. They're fast, reliable, affordable. They'll leave your property in better shape than it was before. Don't let those trees that are out of reach get too close to your home. Call them. Contact the professionals at McNeill & Sons and ask for Tom at 330-606-1126. Get a free quote, and they'll consult you on your tree health and help your property maintain its integrity. Call our friends over at Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company when you have any residential or business commercial needs for your company. They are located all over Ohio. Corporate office is right downtown here in Canton, 5194 4th Street Northwest. 330-452-9806 is the best way to get in touch with them, or go over to www.hilscherclarke.com. That's HILSCHER-CLARKE.com. They're a local Stark County electrical contractor with more than 100 years of experience in the industrial, commercial, residential, and specialty markets. So for all your electrical needs, contracting needs, contact our friends at Hilscher-Clarke. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Got a good one here the rest of this afternoon. We're digging deep into this thing. So, again, check out our social media websites. Check out Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I got some videos coming up from this morning. A little teaser. The Jimmy B special. A little teaser from this morning over Bear Country, man. So, as I turn it back over to my guy, Jim Bostic, John Lowery, appreciate the hard work, guys. Appreciate you guys getting after it. Great morning of wrestling for us, man, in the wrestling world. Getting ready to see the remainder of this try between McKinley, Massillon. You know the history there with football, but they're getting it on here on the mat inside of the old Timken campus building.
Hey, like I heard a fan say earlier, this is better than Talladega, man. Thank you, TJ, for the station identification. That was awesome.
Nah, man, ain't nobody better, man. Our boss, right? TJ and JP Simon, of course, founders, co-owners, co-creators of Stark Media, and doing a great job. They're going to be the next, Sports Time Ohio. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I believe
knowing their passion for sports, their knowledge of sports. I mean, we're only about the company itself about 8 months in. Wrestling, of course, just starting about 3 months in, and it's exciting stuff. But today, Johnny, we were over at the Polar Bear Day, right? So it's great to see. Got a chance to see some kids like over there, some graduates. We did a little segment with
that's cool.
Victor Marcelli, former state champ for Jackson.
I know Victor and his family. Yeah, great people.
He was there. He came in the room. Tyler Talarczyk. Tyler was there. Yeah, okay. Tyler was there. Grandson. So I did talk to Tyler. I said, you know what, buddy, we got to get Grandpa, Dad, and you together for a little session.
That'd
and
nice.
Their brother Tanner, of course, Tyler's brother Tanner, of course, great young man, graduated here a year ago. I believe he's looking to go into the service. So also there, Griffin McKinney. McKinney, 4 brothers there. Griffin was number 2 of the 4, graduated last year. He's down at Capital University playing football. And I just couldn't say enough about how the sport of wrestling helped to make him a better football player. And you hear that all the time, right?
Oh, all the time. Yep. It's TJ shed light on those 2 athletes we saw in that last match, by the way, from Alliance and McKinley.
Okay.
Both being great football standouts. So.
Oh, the Fair and Roseboro match?
Correct. Yeah. It's nice seeing that carry over from season to season, sport to sport like that, and that's a commitment that these kids make. So.
No, absolutely, and and that's a tough one. That you hear about a lot, right? Athletes, young athletes that want to, focus on one sport, right? I mean, that single sport athlete, and time again. And I know you coached in college, you wrestled in college, and I coach high school. Talked to a lot of college coaches that were looking at my athletes, but really the college coaches, they'll tell you, that they do and would prefer that multi-sport athlete. They really aren't big on that single sport specialized athlete.
That's true. Yep. Well, vice versa. A lot of people, look at the, college football coaches that make that comment, but even, college wrestling coaches, when I was a coach myself, that was one of the things I thought was important, was to make sure this guy was.
So when you went to do interviews or you went to talk to recruits, you would investigate that a little deeper.
I would, yeah. I was always, hey, you just a one sport guy kind of guy, or also it lets you know about their, their coachability too.
Right.
That's something all coaches look at. How coachable is this guy? What else has he been in to, kind of give you that resume background. So that makes a big difference.
Well, I think the other thing too that people don't think about with that specialized athlete is, you really you use that same muscle group, right? The whole time that you're competing, you're practicing, And a lot of times you'll see that single sport athlete really suffering injuries because of the fact that they haven't given that body a chance to try other sports, if you will, to develop other muscles. And therefore, a lot of times, careers are ended short for that specialized athlete just because the body says, hey, you've taken me to the limit.
Yeah, that's that goes back to the whole do whatever it takes kind of motif. I see this McKinley wrestler out here. This is just a starter match here for the JVs to get an extra match in, but man, they are getting at it 16-8 right now. And I'm digging the two-piece. I always do.
Oh, you and the two-piece.
But McKinley's, that's the best one. I thought Wadsworth had the best one. The new two-piece of the season goes to McKinley now.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the warm-ups McKinley's got on. I mean, I've always loved that's, obviously I was, as you know, I coached at Norton High School for many years with a Norton athlete. Went there and taught as I started my teaching career, head coach there. I love the black, red, and gray, man. I mean, it's always something that's stands out.
Stands out. Yep, it sure does. Yeah. It's we're not seeing it yet, but coming up, you got that rivalry of rivalries, Massillon versus McKinley.
Oh, Massillon and McKinley. I mean, they take it on the gridiron, but they're going to bring it here on the Resolite, right?
Well, we're going to see some of those gridiron, players on the mat here before it. So, I'm sure there's a lot of emotion involved in that. It's more than just, unknown like we see at some of these tournaments. These guys know each other, and they probably said a few things one another going into this.
You think?
I can imagine.
A couple things? Maybe
a couple. Maybe
a couple.
Maybe a nice tweet.
Yeah, tweet. A twit or two?
Twitter.
Twit or two. I'll tell you what, JV's doing a nice job out here. These are some JV bouts that we're watching here prior to the start of the McKinley Alliance varsity match. And again, this tri-match. And if you're wondering, as far as, Alliance or how do they decide, in a tri-match, who goes first, who goes second, and so forth. So usually the structure with that is the team that is farthest away came in from the farthest, if you will, away from the venue. They usually get the first two matches. That way they can get back on the bus and head back home. Now, Alliance, of course, not that far from McKinley, obviously all Stark County schools, but obviously Massillon and McKinley just sit in each other's backyard. So that's why you saw Alliance wrestle Massillon first and Alliance wrestling McKinley now. So that's kind of, so if you go to a tri-match, ladies and gentlemen, that's usually what will happen.
Well, that's fair. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That makes sense.
I agree. I think, was it Norton? Put that on my head now. Jackson, one of the matches they had there, they wrestled Stowe and Mentor. So obviously Mentor got the first two bouts, and that way Mentor got on the bus and get those kids back home so they could enjoy the evening. So
it's good to hear. Yep. Well, that's important. Yeah, especially with the winter storms coming, all that stuff. That that makes a big attention to detail, and then especially attention to detail. I noticed the last Massillon wrestler. I'm sorry, not Massillon, McKinley wrestler. Same with this one right here. They do a good job. Talking about coachability. I noticed they kind of glance over, and listen. But Coach Blackinson got these guys very coachable. Man, they do exactly as told. So
absolutely.
I like seeing that. Yeah, that's a quality that I was talking about. As a coach and recruiting, that's an important quality to have.
Absolutely, got to be coachable. And we got ourselves a fall here on our second JV bout as we work our way to the first of our varsity matches. Looks like we have another JV bout coming out, and the chance for these JV wrestlers to compete. It's always important. Not a lot of teams. It's not like it was back in the day, right? I mean, not as large numbers. So anytime you can get these guys some matches, these JVs, that's important. I mean, they put in a lot of time, a lot of work in that practice room. They got to be rewarded too, right? And get out there and show what they've learned.
So question for you, Jim. So I've had this asked myself a few times, and people always say, they said, hey, is it true that the match is really won before stepping out there on the mat, meaning you mentally kind of prepped yourself by just, sizing up your opponent ahead of time, or is it just one out there on the mat?
No, I tell you what. I mean, it's a great question to ask and one to think about, and I'm sure that one that a lot of us wrestlers through time and coaches, right, we battle through. It goes back to what you talked about, the three aspects of our sport: the physical, the technique, and the mental. And again, I think both of us have said on many of our broadcasts that the mental side of this sport is so much, and I think that's what you're referring to, is that in my beat before I walked out, I looked at the guy's body. I looked at a bout sheet. I looked at a bracket sheet. And, oh my gosh, this guy was this, that, and the other. I think there's a lot to be said about that. Obviously, I don't think with anything can we make it an absolute that it's 100% true, if you will. But I would probably say what you're suggesting more times than not, that matches can be won or lost prior to. We've got a great story. All right, I'm going to give you one just like this. So we are. Back in the day, I was an assistant coach at Norton at the time, head coach there at the time, Dale Saylor, dear friend of mine, still a dear friend. He's a pastor over at the Green Chapel, right? So we're getting ready to go out, and young man, now he, of course, not a young man, he's a young man, and sadly he passed away. Guy's name was Greg North, right? His son, a great wrestler for Wadsworth Schools. But so Greg is preparing, and we're getting ready for the match. Just what you're talking about, right? We're looking at the match, a close match. I think we were wrestling Painesville or Field. I remember the other team had on red, right? So we're looking across, and Dale was the master at the mind game. So I'm the warm-up guy, right? I'm the guy I'm warming up Greg. I'm getting ready to go out, and all of a sudden Saylor looks over at Greg, and we're looking across the mat, and here's this guy. And this guy's a pretty big dude, right? Big dude, but he's got these glasses on, right? These big Coke bottle type glasses, big glasses. So Dale looks over at Greg, or looks at Greg, and he gets in his face. He goes, North? He goes, that guy over there, I looked at him. His name is Percy Goober. If you let a guy by the name of Percy Goober beat you, you are never going to hear the end of it. Right. Needless to say, North goes out and just shreds this guy. But I'm telling you, if you look the two together, right. I mean, the guy's name obviously wasn't Percy Goober, right? Right. Yeah, but Percy definitely had a little bit better physique than my boy North. But it was that mental side that Dale was just a master at. And, what you're talking about, that match was, I believe, truly won prior to them walking out. Right?
Prior to them walking out, yeah. Okay.
So, no, great question.
No, I always say that too. I said, yeah, it's definitely because I had a nephew that he into the sport, and he said that he made the statement about one of his matches that he said, I think I had it won at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
I said, really? He goes, yeah, I just kind of made that up in my mind then and there. Like,
that was it.
Yeah, I'm going to beat this guy.
Nope. Hey, here we go, partner. I see the 6-pounders are out on the mat. So at 106 for the Bulldogs today, it's going to be Dylan Kuhn, Kuehn. We'll go with Dylan Kuhn. And for the Aviators, it looks to be, it's either going to be Jace Kaiser or Kalen Towns. They weighed in 2 good. I'm going to guess this is Jace Kaiser as I look at the weights. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, because, one's a little bit larger, yeah.
All right, ooh, nice job on the right away. Got a good head pull on the inside. 2-point takedown for Kuhn from McKinley.
Almost like a barrel roll there, huh?
Yeah, very close. Yep, had that head.
Got to keep that elbow, and you got a 5-pointer, right?
Yeah, Vita kind of kept it tight. Got that arm, got a little tight waist tilt going here. Boy, he's got that stacked up real nice. Official goes out of bounds. Again, our official, Jack Moss, one of the greats in the area. We appreciate Jack. I mean, big hunter too, Jack is. I mean, Jack really? He sends me pictures off and on of some of his experiences. He also has, I think, a grandson or a nephew, somebody that actually does a nature or podcast, and he turned me on to that. I'll have to get that out there because it was pretty cool. It's great to see this young man putting this together. So Kuhn again on top, got that arm bar near wrist. That's tight. The swipes are going. And that'll do it. Just like that, the Bulldogs going up 6-0.
Got a little flex on them at the end there. I like, again, these guys.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah, that's like the new wrestling celebration, I think, this season. Yeah, I remember seeing a whole lot of that back in my day, but I love it. Yeah, good to see that. I like to see the the team effort here. You know, we were talking before back at North Canton Holiday about how this isn't just a individual sport, but the team part of it. And I'm watching these McKinley Bulldogs get their teammate psyched up and powered up for this match right now.
Love seeing that. At 113 pounds, looked to be Shane Neese went out, and he just got his hand raised. I'm not sure what happened there, but
so that means we're bumping right to the.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We have some scratches here. It looks like we could be going up to the 126, but to do that, I would have to say what happened at 120, unless they bumped up Carter Keenan, which is very possible. So I'm guessing this could be Carter Keenan.
Okay. Yeah.
No, because I don't see a 120 on the roster for the Bulldogs. So I'm thinking we could go to 126 here.
Yeah. Adam Wallerman.
And maybe if you you've done such a nice job checking the head table. If you want to maybe check it out where we're at, brother, and find out. All right, there he goes. John Lowery on his way to the head table. Go, John, go. Great job. John does a great job. We're really fortunate to have him part of the Stark Media team. Again, 126 pounds, we believe. Yeah, 126. All right. The man, the myth, the legend has brought it back. This is for Alliance. This is Bryce Seckley, possibly. Little pronunciation. My apologies to Bryce and his family out there. Who we got for the Bulldogs there, big dog?
We got Adam Willerman for the
Adam
Bulldogs.
Willerman. Boy. Willerman. I don't know if it's spelled the same. Willerman was a big name out of the North Canton Hoover program years ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Maybe a relation there.
Could be.
If you know that for sure, shout out in the chat for us.
Yeah, and weren't you always talking about, too, if you're watching online, make sure you hit that like button, right? That's important.
Like and subscribe.
And subscribe. Stark Media. Wrestling. And, again, it's not just wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, basketball in full swing. I do know that down the road, TJ's talked about doing some swimming. So we'll be doing some swimming. I know this spring we're going to be doing some lacrosse and baseball. Oh, the old head and arm coming from our Alliance wrestler. Bryce has it. And just like that, took it over the top, brought it down, tightened it up, and 6 points for the Aviators.
That was huge. Got them right back in the match, too, in the team race. 12-6, so... They had to. I'm guessing they gave up that forfeit earlier.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They must have had given that.
Yeah. So
I know what happened there. A little confusing. Well, 120 looks like we had double forfeits, and normally with a double forfeit, so
one
that
cancels out.
Yeah. So they don't usually put those scores up. You can, sometimes you'll see it, but most of the time you do not. So now coming up at 132 for the Bulldogs,
Jaden Wallace.
All right, and for the Aviators, it'll be Sean Richer.
All right.
So Richer and Wallace making their way out to the mat.
I wonder if any relation to William Wallace from Braveheart.
Oh,
one of my favorite.
Oh, man, what a movie, huh?
Yeah.
Freedom! We could use some William Wallaces in our country right now, couldn't we?
Absolutely, yeah.
Richer doing a nice job, coming in, good pressure on his feet. There's that sprawl. You talked a little bit about the sprawl there a while back. Right? Wallace with a nice shot. Richer getting the legs back nicely.
Got that
quickly. It comes around.
Around.
Nope. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Good motion, though, both wrestlers.
So, Jim, what is the out of bounds rule then? It's just you got to have both feet in.
Well, you need to have both of those feet into position. Again, Jason or Brad could probably give you a little bit better, more technical piece on that. But, yeah, as long as both those feet are in, the wrestler goes out of bounds, they could score those 2 points. So, I want to shout out to another one of our Stark Media team members, Mr. J.R. Soupas, the Soup online, baby. And he says, if you want to know any stories about Bostic, let me know. Well, I'll tell you what, John, you will not ask about Bostic stories at this point in time, because Soupas does have a few. But what Soupas needs to remember is Bostic has a few stories on Soupas also. So I think we need to be a little careful with that. But, hey, nice job, Wallace, with the 2-point reversal after the takedown by Richer. Now, JR, great guy. JR, coach out at Lake Football. Been out there a long time. Great guy. Just love having him part of the Stark Media family. And
Lake had a great season too.
oh
with
my
the
gosh!
football,
No, I'll tell you what. JR and I talked we talk every day. Obviously, we also have a little side business we run together, him and I. But as far as football goes, it was so exciting to talk to him before. We'd always talk about, okay, what's the pregame meal going to be, Soups? And he'd have to tell me about that. And of course, it was always exciting to hear about the action after Friday night. But no, you're absolutely right, partner. Did a great job. The Blue Streaks with a great run into the playoffs. And
I was glad to see that. Yeah, making Lake football great again.
Absolutely. Where are we at? We're at 138 pounds. Who we got for the Bulldogs?
All right, we got Tanner Ailes.
I'd go with Ailes. I think that's fair.
Yep.
And wrestling now for the Aviators, we have Canton Kallick.
And that last one went to Williman with the. To Wallace with the pin.
To the Bulldogs.
McKinley, to the Bulldogs.
18-6, our match score.
It's like one of those pin or win full matches.
Do or die, baby. Pin or win, right?
Yeah.
Good motion, both these wrestlers. Nice stance, moving well. A little bit on the collar tie. You don't want to hang too long. You want to definitely get in there. You'll let head a little bit of a bang, move them around a little bit, get yourself in position. Bang, don't hang. That's what I used to tell the kids, man. You don't want to hang on that head. Bang on it. Don't hang on it.
All right. I like that.
Nice pursuit there by Ailes as he's right there. Nice shot.
Good sprawl, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say both. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Got it in the belly or the chickens. I'm not sure which. I think we're looking at the belly.
Kind of knocked the wind out of him a little bit, maybe. Yeah. Well, it's staying in that stance. How important is it that these guys keep that stance when in neutral position there, Jim?
No, absolutely critical, right? I mean, you want to stay, depending on that body structure, you want to keep those hands out in front, that head kind of the first line of defense. Your hands become that second line, keeping those hips and legs back, not allowing for an opening. It was real interesting. Even at the high school, today over at Jackson, we're doing our in the room session, coach going over again. You'll see this with a lot of young wrestlers and wrestlers that are just starting, right? They want to reach up for that head. And when you reach long, right, got that long reach, you're going to expose that body. Right. And you know better than anybody, right? And you and I both being more short, compact guys, right? We want to keep ourselves nice and compact. I had a coach that said, hey, work your nose and try to stick your nose on the inside of his chest. Stay compact and pursue.
I like that, yeah.
And that's what I like about this Ailes guy, right? I mean, from McKinley, if you watch their nice pursuit and stay with that takedown here, he's got himself to a 2-0 Bulldogs on top so far.
Yeah, definitely maintained a good approach there on his feet, staying sturdy like a fire hydrant.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's a lot of truth to that. It's a lot of people say, hey, man, I was trying to watch a college match, and it was like watching paint dry. These guys were just kind of, fire hydrant, mirroring each other the whole time. I'm like, that's the importance of a good stance.
No, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Exactly. And great wrestlers imitate great wrestlers. And mirror is a great word that you use. And you do see that a lot, especially at the college level, where you'll see that mirror image, if you will, that good positioning, that good stance. And that's when we talk about that attack window, right? That attack window is so small and so short in timing. And when these guys come in and they see that opening, it's just like a viper snake, right? I mean, it's just a quick strike. And, maybe they get it. And a lot of times the scramble goes and they don't. But
it's that moment of attack, though, that's important. Yeah.
Critical.
It's
great point.
It's so quick. And, you see it in other sports. I was watching, the end of the World Cup there of Argentina's big win. And Messi coming up on top. No surprise there. But, that's his style. I was watching an interview with him, and he said he actually used this, like the snake analogy, like he just said.
Really?
He said you got to be like a cobra or a snake, and you got to know when it's time to attack, and then that's when you see that magic happen.
Yeah, and that was a magical game, was it not? I'll tell you what, very cool.
Came down to those penalty kicks.
Yeah, exciting.
I never realized how they scored those. So those are like separate little scores at the end where they don't include those. They don't rotate those into the final score.
Right.
I've seen that before. It says final score and it's tied. 1-1. I'm like, wait, how did they
Right.
what kind of criteria they went on then,
Right.
And then,
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah.
Well, that's what wrestling's about, right? We're all about criteria. Well, tell me the criteria.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, this is a lot. I'm feeling the wrestling vibe here. Yeah.
Exactly. Our bout score, Isles again with, actually the escape by Calic got to his feet. But again, that nice pursuit by Isles gets that 2-point takedown, 20 seconds remaining in the second period.
And just keeping that pressure on him.
Yeah, good pressure on top. Yeah, great point. Calic's got to get himself up to his knees. There he does. He pops up. But I'll tell you what, that right hand pops. And that top wrestler, that's what he's looking for, right? If he's not, trying to pull that arm bar in, working the tight waist, a lot of times that bottom wrestler will post those hands to kind of push himself up. And when they see that hand post, buddy, right now, that half Nelson is coming in.
Well, and and you probably can attest to this. It takes a lot out of you. I know from experience. When you're on bottom, you fighting like that.
Absolutely.
It's tough to recover from.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great point. Well, Isles had choice in the third period. He didn't waste any time. He decided to go down. So he's going to go in that down position. He's looking to get work for that escape. He's up 4-1. The Bulldogs on top overall 18-6. And quickly he comes up, a little quick stand up. I think Calic kind of gave that, if you will. Want to go to his feet. And the feet, they stay in. Official says, yes, they do. So the escape for 1, takedown for 2. Isles in control of this match. Calic quickly gets to the center, sets into referee's position. Love to see that. Wrestlers hustling back, getting set. Tell you what, we talk about that mind game, John. That was a big thing, and I'm sure you coach it with your athletes too. You go out of bounds, man, you hustle back to the center, whether you're top or bottom, even on top, right? Referees, If my guy was on top, I'd be like, you run back to the middle, you stand there with your hands on your knees waiting for them, make them come back to you. And I'm telling you, it plays a mental game.
It does. It sets a precedent, out there during the match. We were talking earlier about, if the match is won, before it even starts kind of thing, the mental game part of it. But that's I used to tell my guys that because, when I did coach and would have, even college wrestlers that, would kind of take their time back to the middle.
Right.
And I'd say, what are you doing? And so I'm just trying to conserve some energy, coach. I said, no. I said,
no.
You got to conserve the mental energy. Just like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, hustle back there to the middle and stare that guy in the face. And there's something, I can't explain it, but there's a power to that, mental power to that. Trust me. And I think it looks good too from the official standpoint.
Right.
Hey, this guy's out here hustling.
There was another piece that you're exactly right. He's hustling, he's dragging, and when stalling might have to be called, that guy that's dogging it back or jacking around with his headgear or fixing his knee pad, tying his shoes 4 times, that official's going to remember that.
Remember that, yeah. Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you just saw that. I think we just had an unsportsmanlike conduct against the bench for the Bulldogs. Coach did not like that last call that was made. And they went to the table to discuss. They've come back. I think Coach said something a little bit extra. You got to know when not to keep it going. Right. But he did. And,
right.
Official gave
him the point.
This gave him the warning. So.
Gave him the warning, okay.
Oh, wrestlers go out of bounds. Now, if you notice there, you'd ask that question about out of bounds. Now, if you notice, the reason why Isles' feet were in the air, if you happen to see that, they had not touched yet. Right. So he had the wisdom to bring before they touched to make sure they were inside. Again, you going back to that analogy of our wide receivers, keeping them inside that line. And as soon as those feet were in the line, boom, 2 points for Isles, 9-2 our bout score.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's and you know what I was thinking about was when you're out there and you have that mat awareness, they call it, knowing where you're out in the mat. Yep. Being aware. Can I score from here? Or if you're the guy that's part of things, hey, maybe hop this way for a minute and go back to the middle and start fresh.
Absolutely. Yeah, we used to call it mat position, right? I mean, when our guys were wrestling close to the mat or we knew they were close to the edge of that mat, needed to score or needed to, basically get out of a tough situation, we'd yell mat position. That was kind of our code, if you will, for that location. And again, which would put in a strategy.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes them calculate that strategy then.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do it. End of the third period. And 9-3, a decision. That'll be 3 points for the Bulldogs.
shout out to Mr. Sparkman there.
That was Casey Sparkman.
Yeah, from old Perry or Doris. That's Doris Sparkman.
I was gonna say Case. I knew I wasn't really when I saw Sparkman. Okay, that's the younger brother.
Yep.
Right.
One of my favorite Perry wrestlers, man.
Absolutely.
Doris Sparkman in the house. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Brother Casey, I believe, wrestled for Kent State.
That's right. Yep.
I believe. Yeah.
Yep. And Doris was part of that Perry program under Nate Carr that was very successful. So. Always fun watching him back on the mat, and glad to see him out here coaching. Way to give back to the sport. Benjamin Brownfield, 138, representing McKinley in this one.
Well, it could be. I'm guessing, yeah, because
Eli Cook,
could be Eli Cook versus Johnny Belts. And I do believe that is Johnny, if I remember the black tape. So I'm going to say that is Belts on top with a quick takedown for the Aviators.
I remember the tape, from earlier.
Right.
Yep.
So we're at 144 pounds. Belts on top right now for Alliance. Again, looking to put those boots. You're going to see these next few Alliance wrestlers. I remember from our first match, did a nice job trying to run those legs.
Well, and this is where Alliance has a lot of power, I noticed, in their lineup, starting right here at this weight class. So it's kind of, we'll see if they can get that momentum going and get the team back in the team score.
Yeah, like you said before, a couple pins, they're right back in it. 20-6 is our team score right now. The Bulldogs on top, and I'll tell you what, a couple pins, they're right back in this striking distance. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Belts can start the momentum switch right now.
Glad to see that young man, Doris Sparkman, out there helping out coaching, man.
It's great. Ivan McClay over there with the Bulldogs also.
Too,
I'll tell you what, there's a duo, huh? You got Sparkman and McClay.
The same gym.
I think Ivan was over at Perry for a little bit. For a little bit of his time.
That's good to see these guys getting involved and
want to give back, right?
Want to give back,
Absolutely.
Love seeing that.
Absolutely. We need good young men. Good young coaches. Boy, the Gator rolled us. Don't see much of the Gator. A little front headlock, Gator position. He's got that tight. Belts has it. Officials in position. And our official says, that is it. 6 points.
Might want to go see the chiropractor for that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
That's a whole realignment there on the back.
Boy.
Well, and this is
nice front headlock.
Team score wise, they needed that. Yeah. Back up in it to win it. 12 points now. And McKinley with 20, so that's how you do it. Get those pins. That's why those 6 points come in handy there. These bonus points are huge in these duels.
Yep. Now here we go, 150 pounds for the Aviators. We're looking at Raiden Carver on the mat. And how are we doing? What we got here for the Bulldogs?
We got we got two options. I'm going with that's maybe David Post.
All right, could be David Post.
Or could be Demir Hamilton, one of two.
So it's either Hamilton or Post here for the Bulldogs. And, of course, we have Raiden Carver for the Aviators. Looking out there, our partner, Carver with that long knee pad. Not sure, is that like a fashion statement or do you think that's injury-based? Kids nowadays, it's hard. It's hard to tell.
It's hard to say. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just because I'm thinking of the extra, impact it has.
Oh, Raiden with a nice carry.
That was nice. Kept
nice
that elbow.
Job. Kept that elbow nice and tight. Good 2-point takedown. And right away, man, he's into that little spiral. But
it looks like it's a fashion thing because I don't see him favoring that knee at all. In the way
I don't see any favoring.
Yeah, and the way he just hit that takedown, man.
He has a nice carry, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And remember the match before against Massillon. He, that obviously that carries one of his bread and butters. There he goes. He's dropping into it again. Got that arm tight this time. The McKinley wrestler again, Hamilton or Post. We're not really sure which of the two. Blocking it nice. He's going to come around. He does. He gets around for two. Well, I tell you what, Carver was in pretty good position. But again, we talk about never stop. Almost a full Nelson there. I don't know if you saw that, partner.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he got the other hand out, but almost had them both in there together. And Carver coming out front gets an escape. They're back on their feet, face off, 1-1 neutral position.
3-3 now, yeah.
Right away back into it.
25 seconds left. These guys are getting at it.
Nice underhook near side by the McKinley. And he drops down. Oh, boy. Almost a slip. You almost, kind of slipped through.
Yeah, kind of like a mistake there. Error.
Yeah, could have been, but I'll tell you what, 2 points either way. 5-3 our bout score. Short time, first period. We're going to go into the second period. 5-3 McKinley.
Is that still a thing in freestyle? They do the slip if you.
Yeah, they will stop.
Like
They'll bring you back to your feet on a slip. They will not award the points,
Okay.
which is nice. They'll pick up. Looked like the Lions had a choice. I saw Mr. Moss looking over at the coaches at Alliance, and looks like Carver is going to go down. So right away, McKinley wrestler on top. And I don't know. I'll tell you what, partner, Carver looking a little tired here in the second period. I don't know that first match took a little bit out or whatever, come out strong.
You know, you can see that, especially if, depending on the work he had to do prior to the event, as far as maybe making weight or something like that, that might, he might have hit a wall because it kind of looked like he did there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah. I mean, he came out strong that first period. Nice job. Couple carry positions. And,
but yeah, it's match 2 for him. So where McKinley, it's only his number 1.
About 1.
Yep. That's a good point. Yeah. That all plays in effect too out there for these guys.
Absolutely.
Somebody said that to me at North Canton Hoover because there was a Wadsworth boy and I think a Walsh wrestler that it was their second time meeting this season, back-to-back weeks, once from the Ironman and then again at the Holiday Classic.
Right.
And there was 2 different results. And, and they said it was completely, like day and night both times. I said it depends. There's so many X factors. I don't know. Maybe wrestler A had more sleep the night before, or who knows? Maybe it was a weight cutting event kind of thing. Well as I do, or maybe wrestler B wrestled more matches to get to that point in the tournament than the other wrestler. Maybe had a bye or 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Especially if you came down from the championship rounds. Yeah.
And the beauty of our sport, right? I mean, you always talk about any given, any given match, any given bout.
Right.
Can be a quick turnaround. There it was. Yeah, I was going to say he's trying to work that half. McKinley wrestler, both hands kind of got in there at the same time. And, I forgot, if you remember match number 1, Alliance and Massillon, Carver had the nosebleed. I can see he still has that plug. So he had to battle that. So, I mean, it could be just something where, we're in that plug during the entire match, even though it's in one nostril and you and I have both coached guys or, where they've had both nostrils plugged. That's tough. You can't get your air. You can't get your wind. You can't fill those lungs properly. It does make a difference.
It makes a huge difference. Absolutely. I agree with that. Yep. That can change your whole perspective there while you're out there. It's one of those things that can just become annoying to you while you're out there, and then you might lose focus on what's really going on in the action, which we both discussed already, how important that is to be ready to strike.
Absolutely.
Like a viper.
Like a viper, baby.
Yeah.
All right, going into the third period, our McKinley wrestler looking over at coach, no doubt about it. They're going to go on their feet 5-4. And, again, going to takedowns.
They used to have that famous duel match that Flow Wrestling used to host. They called it the Viper Pit or something like that out there in PA, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's why they got the name for it. They said these guys are going to be just going after it the whole time.
Absolutely. Oh. And I'll tell you what, Carver underneath thinking a little bit about, a throw there. Not really sure that was probably the time for that, but felt he had position, and he tightens it up. McKinley wrestler, again, that either being Hamilton or post, and 6 points for the Bulldogs.
Glad to see that, yeah.
McKinley starting to pull away just here a little bit.
Wow.
Looking at 157 pounds. Quinn Kallick will be the wrestler for, and I'll tell you what, I feel bad. Carver looks like he's hurt, a little bit injury there.
So I'm guessing what McKinley did here was they bumped maybe either Hamilton or post up, you know what I mean? Because they weighed in 2 guys, looks like at 150. Well, the heavier one was Demir Hamilton, though. So
all right, so
I'm thinking that's who we see out
here right now. Could be Demir Hamilton versus Quinn Kallick.
Yep.
Could be our bout on the match. So 2 nice-looking young men here, both tall, wiry, And Hamilton in. We're going to go with Hamilton here. If it's not him, our
shot.
apologies to that. But no, nice job. Nice inside trip attempt there by Kallick. And boy, I'll tell you what, right now, Feldick, Kallick had a little bit of a throw. He's got position now. He's settling in. He's teed off nicely. And Hamilton trying to fight, try to get that arm through. And they're pretty much in the middle of the mat. Hamilton's going to have to give it a good fight here to work through. Minute 22, a lot of time left in the period. Kallick tightening it up. I'm not sure. I can't see whether or not he's got that chin on the far side. Could have a little Huska half action here, buddy.
Yeah.
He's got a half teeth. The head is up nicely.
It's coming,
He just needs to settle back. Kallick's just a little bit high. It would be nice if he settled back in a little bit, walk that arm out.
So if you're fighting off the bottom from there, is it best to maybe try to roll back the other way as hard as you can, or
best to throw a life preserver? But yeah, that's just a tough fight. I mean, he's got a nice half Nelson deep. You just want to try to keep that shoulder up, try to survive the period. He's got a good half. I think Hamilton's doing what the best he could do. Now Kallick's kind of going parallel again. I would suggest.
Right there.
He's going to jump it. Look kind of a head and arm position. The arm, he's got the head, he's keeping it legal right there. Jack Moss making sure
that might be
Hamilton
a deal breaker right there.
Could be Hamilton trying to keep that shoulder up. 18 seconds left. He fights through this, partner. Be the true
that
grit
right there. I've seen double shoulder blades
tight.
down.
In position, 8 seconds, 5 seconds. Coach trying to egg him on, try to get him through the period. I think he's going to make it. He does.
Oh, wow.
He fought 1 minute, 22 seconds off his back. What a fight. Wow.
That's awesome. Glad to see that.
Absolutely, man. What do we tell you? Don't let them off their back, man. You just never know. This could come back to haunt Kallick. You just don't know. You never want to give him a second chance. Caution the call. A lineup. That top wrestler has to have his palm on the belly button and palm on the elbow. And right away, locking hands. I'll tell you what, this is what we talked about. There's going to be a penalty point. Kallick with the locking hands.
Okay.
1 point to Hamilton. Quickly, he gets set. And we got to keep focus here.
Well, Jim, that was the Rocky Balboa award of the day.
Rocky Balboa.
Never give up.
Never give. That was amazing. Minute 22, he fought off his back.
Wow.
That's grit and guts right there, buddy.
Yep.
I think caution went the other way this time. So I believe each wrestler with a caution. We did have the locking hand penalty point. 5-1 our bout score. Kallick in control. We're in the second period.
And we got such a good vantage point here with where we're set at here in the gym.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yep. Couldn't have been any better. Good angle.
Well, our first dual match, of course, getting our feet wet as we learn with every bout that we do. We were over at Tuslaw, the Louisville Tuslaw match. Coach Patrine and Coach Coleman, great job, great friends. Both of them first bouts, varsity coaching experiences. So that was really cool. We were up kind of on the balcony, right? And with our video, it just seemed a little far away, but no, we got a nice venue right here, right mat side.
Oh, it's great to be here too. Yeah, that's I think last time I was in this gymnasium was at the YMCA basketball event for one of my kids.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
awesome.
Seen old Antonio Hall in here, who athletic director over at McKinley at the moment. Yep. And shout out to him. His boy, I think his boy just made a big commit for Division I.
Nice
program. So
now we do really appreciate McKinley allowing us to come in and do this and support the sport of wrestling and promote the fine work that TJ and JP do here for the county. Well, again, we're 30 seconds in, second period, 27-12 our match score, 5-1 our bout score. Kallick from Alliance is on top, Quinn Kallick, and nice cradle, has that in, brings it straight back. Might want to reposition himself. But again, I'll tell you this Hamilton, this young man just again, he's up a weight class, normally a 50-pounder. He jumped up, and this guy is just no stop, all fight.
He's no nonsense.
No, absolutely.
Love it.
Nice job underneath, watching him peel hands. You just kind of maybe want to try to hang on to that hand when he gets it. And that'll end the second period. Again, bout score 5-1. And the young man from Alliance will get choice. And he says, we're going to our feet. So love it. Love the takedowns, baby. That's where it's at. Love the takedowns.
So if you're Hamilton here, you're down 4. You just try to go for the 5-point move here on the feet?
Well, if you don't hit a takedown fairly quick and release and a couple quick ones, once you get into about the minute to 45-second mark, you're going to have to, what we used to say, go big, right? You have to go big, think of a head and arm, think of some kind of a throw, something that you can. There's the hips. He's got the hips. Can he get him around? Oh, they go out of bounds.
He got
Good
the hips
call.
to do
He
it,
did.
though. Yeah.
He was over under. He was trying to do a little bit of a throw there. That was a good call.
It's a Desperado series.
Desperado.
Where's Ray?
Exactly. Come on, Ray. We need you on the bass, baby. Give us some tunes. Ray McDonald. Look, I'll tell you what, Jamie Fosnight, another member of our broadcast team, was telling me that he's down coaching at Marysville right now.
Oh, okay.
Which I didn't realize. I didn't know he went south. I mean, that's a great point because I have not truly seen him around the area like I normally do at some of our bouts here in Stark County. So, big shout out to Ray McDonald, man. We love Ray and his magic water.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, he gave me a will do on meeting up with us. So.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully we see him soon.
That beautiful. Yeah. Well, 45 seconds. So if you're going to go big here, Mr. Hamilton, you got to start thinking that, whether we're going to look a head and arm, some kind of a throw, maybe a lateral drop, something underneath. He's going to have to work himself into position. He's got a nice underhook or inside control. He's got to work himself. And Kalik, though, defending well, keeping himself squared up. Kind of surprised, truthfully, 5-1, not maybe seeing a stalling call. I'm not seeing much action shot by either wrestler right now.
Yeah, you know what? I love, again, talking coachability. Both these boys listen to their coaches and, literally minute per minute here, just on the attack. And it's almost like they orchestrate a game plan.
No,
and they're sticking to it.
Absolutely. Well, right there, 2 points, another takedown right at the end. Hamilton initiating a little bit of a fireman's carry. Kalik positioning himself, locked up a near side cradle. Was good enough for 2. 7-1 our bout score. That'll be a 3-point decision, 3-point to the team score for the Aviators. So Alliance, they're not out of it yet there, partner. 27-15, right? I mean, they're still in striking distance. We'll have to see what happens as we continue here. So it looks like we're moving to the 165-pound weight class for the Aviators. I think we're going to see Alex Hartman.
There might be a forfeit here from McKinley, though. I'm not seeing a
you're right. Yep, you're absolutely right. There's 6 points on the board, 27-21, just like that.
Wow. Look at that. Now we got a match, people.
All right, 175, right?
Yep, 175. And from McKinley, we got 2 options. It's either going to be Brandon Peterson or Javante Walker.
And same idea here for the Aviators. It's either going to be C.J. Daniel or Ben Hall. I'm gonna guess that C.J. Daniel is our wrestler here.
I think I heard somebody say Walker. So from McKinley's side here. So I'm guessing him on that.
All right. So we're gonna say it's Walker and Daniel. So any of you are out there listening and you can see these 2 young men and it's not the right wrestlers, let us know. Be gentle.
Yeah.
We're both sensitive young men.
Yep. Yeah. Last week was rough. I seen.
I'll cry.
Jim in tears and.
But it was deserved. Yeah. I mean, I understand.
Yeah. Well, it was just rough because we both almost got electrocuted with all this equipment here.
No, that was a great point. That was a great point. In fact, TJ walking around. I mean,
TJ starting to he saw the water and was like swimsuit time.
Oh no! Yeah. And what did he pull out? Was it the 2-piece or the Speedo?
Good news was it was the 2-piece.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good. Good to know.
Yep. But
now I'll tell you what, beach wrestling this summer, dude, that guy's going Speedo. That's it. We're taking a division boat. Boss or not, right? All right. 2 points takedown. And Walker, Javante with the 2. And looks like, do we get any back points? I don't see the official's hand going up. He's got the half Nelson in, though. And he's got it deep, trying to run it. Nope, fights it off. Daniel, they go out of bounds. They'll restart. And CJ will go down. Walker on top.
A lot of explosion coming from him. Great hips, man. That's a second McKinley wrestler I've seen with that explosive hip action like that.
Absolutely.
Going right to that pancake throw, or what do you call that, Jim?
Over, under, lateral drop, pancake. It just depends. A lot of different names like you and I talk about.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of through the time and through the eras or through your coaching experiences, call it a little bit different, something a little bit different. But, a little over, under, lateral drop. Pancakes, a lot of times we call those mostly off our knees, right? Kind of a push-pull effect, if you will.
Right, that's true.
But either way, nice job, both guys. Walker, nice underneath. No 2 yet.
Maybe think of Mayfield wrestler by the name of Derek Bendel, who's a heavyweight.
Okay.
And I think still to this day, if you look it up, Division I OSHA record holder, state tournament for quickest pin.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And he used to hit that, that hip toss, man, and
he was over under and let it ride, huh? And
he was the most deceiving guy out there. I mean, he was probably 5'8",
right?
But right at the 275 mark.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was up against guys that looked like Ultimate Warrior.
Oh my gosh!
And something I think about that lower center of gravity might have helped been to his advantage, and then he had the that hip movement, and guys would come down to his level,
right?
And then boom,
he
was hitting that throw. But
I'm sure he got it the pressure he wanted. That's a big thing with those throws is you got to feel that pressure coming, to you, and use that to your advantage. So, a little discussion over there. McKinley coach wanting to know why they did not receive 2 right there at the end of the period. Official felt that the arm was still around the head, that the control was not given as of yet.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I had that arm slipped off around the neck. I think then you give the 2, but it did not happen.
Right.
So Alliance is down. Yes, Daniel working to escape. Nice job coming up, and Walker doing well riding. He's got to get him back to the mat. Nope. Decides to give the one. Gives the one. Oh, Walker right in hard. Comes in real strong.
He's gonna roll through, Jim.
It's a double roll through.
No way.
And the official.
Wait, did he stop it?
No, I thought he was down there blowing the whistle, but I don't. Nope, not yet. I think he was just wanted hands out of the face, if you will.
Oh, hands out of the face. Okay.
Now Walker could rotate, get those hips back a little bit.
Look at the flexibility on his shoulders right now.
Wow, 4-2, your bout score. Transfers over.
Head chancellor.
Yep, little head chancellor. Now you don't want to grab his own end. He's got that end. We're going to have the reversal does not happen. They're back in same position. Walker on top. Boy, right in nicely with that half Nelson. Be nice if you bellied him out, but I'll tell you what, nice long arms, great leverage.
That head chancellor made me think of old Coventry wrestler Brandon Stowe.
Brandon Stowe. Yep. No, he was a powerhouse, was he not?
Oh.
Just a little tank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Dad, Brad, wrestled at Norton a few years ahead of me.
I thought so, yeah.
Did not get a wrestle with Brad, but definitely knew Brad. Great stories. And, Brandon did a nice job himself.
I thought that'd be a name you'd recognize, Jim.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, stalling the call. Official calling our Alliance wrestler for stalling. I'll tell you what, Alliance right in this match, if they could just keep this going. But Walker, I'll tell you what, keeping the Bulldogs out in front, 4-3 our bout score.
Keeping them honest, man. Yeah, that's
absolutely. That's a great word.
27-21.
Absolutely. Daniel down and he comes through. He was kind of rolled through. Oh yeah, he had enough count. He's got the half in. Walker. This time he may take it over. 20 seconds left. Nope. Daniel fights it. And he's back to his belly. I'll tell you what, but 3 points. Walker pulls up the near fall for 3.
And 6-4 lead for him right now with 12 seconds left. And that's going to bring us an end to our second period here.
Short time, 7. Well, actually, they kind of had that score. Difference. So 7-3 our score.
Sorry about that.
You're fine. And no point. Oh, and he does.
He got the
referee gives 1 point there right at the end. 7-4.
Now that's awesome.
But again, never say die, never quit wrestling, right? Well, Walker quickly looking at his coach. I like how you pointed that out earlier. Both teams, wrestlers looking at their coaches, getting counsel. Walker goes to his feet. Both guys look a little tired, don't you think, partner?
Oh yeah, that's that. That's that look right there.
We're into the hugs.
I wouldn't be doing that.
The
with
hug.
this guy.
The hug
man.
mover down. He's got it tight. Oh, and he does. He blocks in the bear hug and pulls it tight and puts 6 points on the board for the Bulldogs.
Wow.
33-21. That was Javante Walker. Nice job.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it was kind of funny how you said, not a push you want to. Oop, down they went. B. And
yeah, I wouldn't want to be there locking up with him, especially with those explosive hips, man.
No.
Not with that guy.
Well, 190 pounds. Looks like we might have a forfeit for Alliance's Jackson Eddy, but
maybe not.
I'm not sure about this.
Okay, so this is probably then the other wrestler from McKinley that was at 175.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, that could be. I'm not really sure here if this is Jackson Eddy at 190 for the Aviators.
I'm guessing maybe, this is either, Peterson or Walker then.
Now, of course, if you look here, this could be Jamar Barzik. Jamar.
Oh, yeah, 180. look, he weighed in at 185.
Yeah, he did not make the 175 weight, so he might be up at 180.
So he could have bumped up.
Okay.
Okay.
Thinking about going to the table?
Yeah, I can go to the table. Yep. All right.
All right, here
table
he goes.
Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the table. There he goes. Look at that guy move. I'm going to tell you what. Just like he was doing sprints in the wrestling room. John Lowery. Appreciate John's help. Does a nice job. And he's going to coming back with the 4-1-1. Here he comes. He's got the 4-1-1 for us, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got, Coach?
All right, this is 190, and it is Bostic.
It is, okay.
Yep.
And Jackson Eddy then, right?
Yep, and Jackson Eddy, yeah.
All right, Eddy and Bostic. All right.
Good matchup.
Sounds like a skating team.
It actually is.
Eddy and Bostic. Stop. Man, those two big guys. I say that about skating. They'll come over here and pummel me. Barzik, nice job in on the single leg. Good pressure. I tell you what, nice job. See how he kept his head up. Good hips in, nice and tight. Pursued. And 2-point takedown for the Bulldog.
Well, he went into that like he was going to get 5 for it. I mean, that's how you got to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good pressure. Finish the move. That's a lot of times you see, right? A lot of our wrestlers, they'll get on that single, double. They'll stop wrestling. They won't finish. Oh, boy. And Eddy stepping over nicely on top.
Look at this. Another just roll-a-thon between these teams. Yeah.
I tell you, that's stuff you really don't. That's technique you're not really coaching in the room. Okay, everybody, we're going to hug and roll. Ready? Hug and roll. On the whistle. Go. But, those are tough positions. You just got to keep wrestling, know where you're at, know where you feel. Try to not, expose that back too much.
Bringing a new meaning to get your roll on.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, one of the techniques we used to do, and that'll end it for the first period here between Bostic and Eddy. Official looking over. Bostic with choice. He'll defer. He's going to give choice to the Alliance wrestler, does so. And right now, Eddy, no choice about it. He's going to go down for the escape. But one of the techniques we used to do, John, in the practice room, couple reasons for it. One, the biggest reason was that a lot of wrestlers don't wrestle blind or wrestlers that can't see, right? I don't know. I've never wrestled a blind wrestler. I don't know if you ever have.
I have, yeah.
Okay, so as you know, right, you have to maintain contact
yeah.
And on your feet you have to start, touching. And you have to, like you said, maintain contact. So obviously that was one reason why we would use that. So I would actually have my wrestlers blindfold themselves in the room for, oh boy, Eddy's got the cradle in. Bostic with the fight.
Wow.
And he fights out of it. Wow, nice job.
For Eddy,
nice job for Mr. Bostic. But so we would blindfold our wrestlers, to make them pretend as if they're wrestling blind so it wouldn't be shocked. Because that did happen. It happened to actually one of my sons. Had to wrestle a blind wrestler, had never wrestled one before. And, funny story, obviously, the young man still had his eyes open, right? I mean, it was like they didn't have eyes, right? So when Joey ended up getting beat, he come off the mat just like, Dad, he could see. He had his eyes open. He could see, Dad. I'm like, yeah, no. So, but he had never wrestled a blind wrestler before, right? So
Right,
that
yeah.
technique was totally foreign to him. But another reason why we did that is to develop feel, to develop, that feel in the room. Where is my body? Use your mind with the body, get the feel. So therefore the eyes were closed, if you will, blindfolded. I don't know if it made a difference or not. My kids said that they liked it. It helped. So
No, that's
just
the
the
cool
technique
thing.
we used.
Well, we used to do this blindfold challenge, thing at the end of practice. You know what I mean? Where you could blindfold up and say, hey, I could, one guy blindfold, the other guy not blindfold. So I can beat you blindfold. That's how good I am.
Okay.
And we actually had some guys on our team that were that good.
Yeah, but I'll bet there were some battles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. But my brother-in-law, he was state champ for St. Thomas Aquinas, Emil Sunland.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
love him.
And when he would, he'd be in the wrestling room showing me some Brian Dolph technique.
Right.
And would get into a live go. And I remember he was blind in one eye. A lot of people didn't know that about him.
Okay.
But I did because I was his brother-in-law.
And I suppose you tried to attack the side that was.
Well, I did one better. I'd give him a little thumb swipe,
in the good eye.
On the good eye, yeah.
Oh.
And then that was my setup to my.
That was your setup.
That was my setup to my shot that he just taught me.
Okay.
Yeah, and then.
Yeah, here's a thumb in the eye, and now you're blind, and I'm going to take you down.
Yeah.
Then I hope after that he just completely whipped your ass, right? I mean,
he normally would. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it went, but.
Very strategic, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a guy, right? Remember what we used to do? See a guy's leg taped up, his shoulder taped up, his hand taped up. What'd you tell your wrestler? Go for the hand, right? Go for the knee.
Right. Yeah.
Mom's out there like, you guys are so mean. All right, we're in the period. This one all is all alliance.
The famous scene from Karate Kid movie where Johnny Lawrence sensei says, "Sweep the leg."
Sweep the leg. Oh man, absolutely yes. But the crane prevailed in the end, right?
That's right.
You got the crane.
Miyagi-Do.
Yeah, boy.
That's actually inspired my look today with my
one of these days we're gonna have to get the camera around. I mean, obviously we both have faces for radio, but you just absolutely went a whole nother level of I don't know what is beyond radio, like podcasting. I mean, is podcasting below? I mean, I was kind of wondering what the Fu Manchu was all about today, brother.
Yeah, after being big Miyagi-Do fan, I just had to go all in with it. Had to show my commitment.
So that's okay. So you must have been doing a little Karate Kid movie marathon, and all of a sudden, before you knew it,
just felt inspired. Yeah,
that was it. Wow.
Yeah, I know I couldn't, hit the crane, so I had to do something.
Yeah, I guess. I could. Not really sure Big J is going to go with the crane. I'm just saying. I don't know. We might go with the hippopotamus or maybe the rhino, but I just do not see either one of you or I going with the crane. Boy, and Barzik, where is this coming from? Down. Now he's got it.
He got the.
It was.
Oh my goodness.
Eddie was up 13-2. Barzik saving it for the third period. 13-8. Fought his way back 30 seconds. This is not over. Both wrestlers scrambling. Eddie coming around from behind. But no, Barzik to stay out in front. 14-10, 20 seconds left.
Oh, my goodness. Feel the excitement
and Eddie,
in this gym right now.
And stalling the call. Eddie backing away. Official doesn't like it. There's a time and place for that, but not with 20 seconds. Maybe 5 or 6 seconds. Yeah. They're back to the center, 10-14, your bout score. Eddie trying to hang on here. That could get him another stalling.
Yep.
The way he's backing up, prancing backwards. Again, there's a way to do it. I'm not sure that's the way to do it.
Yeah, not the best approach there to the Oklahoma or the stall.
Yeah.
Got to make it look good.
Exactly. 4 seconds remaining in the bout. I'll go back to the center, but I'll tell you what, Mr. Barzik has nothing. Jamar has nothing to be ashamed of.
No, not
what
at
a
all.
Battle in the third period. Oh, right there, head and arm at the buzzer.
Desperado.
And time will run out. 14-10, a decision, 3 points on the team score for the Aviators, 24-33. I'll tell you what, this match is not over, right? I mean, we have got 215, 285. Both teams with wrestlers, it appears. Here we go, 215.
Depending on these outcomes of these next two matches could determine that team score.
All right, we're looking at Aiden Mosden, or it could be Anez Roseboro. I believe we called Roseboro last time against Cody Fair, but we could have been mistaken on that. So,
And then from McKinley, it's either going to be Andrew Bonham or could be Cruz, Marcus Cruz.
Ortiz.
Or Ortiz, I'm sorry.
Marcus Ortiz.
Yep. 1 of 2.
All right. So either team could have brought one of 2 wrestlers to the mat. Oh, and the Alliance wrestler, little head and arm, reverses directions, and just like that,
we got a
25 seconds, 30 to 33. This is going to be decided a heavyweight, partner.
Wow.
Does not get more exciting than that. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 30-33, our match score. We are going into the final bout. It's our heavyweights. And again, we got 2 guys here to choose from. For Alliance, it's either going to be DJ Gesselman or Kanan Jones.
All right. And then from McKinley side, we either got Braden Early or Davion Thomas, both who weighed in.
All right, here they go. Oh, they've got the tunnel formed over here to our right.
I love that.
I love
the
it.
tunnel.
I love the tunnel, man. He looks good. Both boys, 2 big young men.
Well, that's what's up. He's rocking the 2-piece and the singlet.
Wow, the 2-piece singlet, like tri-piece.
The tri-piece.
Here we go.
Maybe that's TJ's approach for the beach wrestling.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
We're going to have to work on that. I like that idea.
Maybe we could customize it even more. Put like El Prez, TJ on the back.
All right. No, that's something we're going to work on. All right, here we go. 33-30. We're just into the final bout. This will decide the match. Both teams. Bulldog wrestler with a good pressure to start with. Alliance.
McKinley wrestler is just all movement, man. I love that.
Yeah. And underneath, tries to reach for that legs, going under. Got good head control. Again, kind of hanging on the head. Like to see a little bit more bang in there. Shake him up a little bit. Up the little over under. Going to pummel inside. Nice pummeling. Oh, it does not block. A little shake and bake. Now, I'm looking at the Alliance bench. Did we maybe start at 13? I see a lightweight over there. I don't know if that's a 106 or what we got. I don't see.
I'm not seeing anybody from maybe. I see a.
Nope,
I'm not seeing shoes on this wrestler back here, but maybe from McKinley.
Yeah, the guy in the Crocs don't count, dude.
Yeah. Unless it's like an extra match kind of thing.
JV bout, possibly, somebody. I'm not really sure, but usually your JVs you run, before the varsity. So we'll have to see as this progresses.
Yeah, I felt like that first one we saw they looked like 106s, but I mean, I guess they could have been 13, I guess.
And McKinley with the takedown for 2. He's got it. He's got him on his back. He's got it tight, and that'll do it. Wow. That will do it.
Look at that bench come up.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs. Absolutely. I'll tell you what, I'd like to see our Alliance wrestler hustles over to the coach of McKinley.
Oh, here's the McKinley wrestler. Jim, he was warming up in that back room. He just came through the tunnel. Yeah, so we're at 106.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, then we must have started 13. The 6-pounder is going to finish this, but looking at the score,
it's over.
It is over. That last pin by McKinley sealed the deal. And, at 106 for the Aviators, we could have either Jace Kaiser or Kalen Towns.
And McKinley got Dylan Kuhn out there, who I swear
is it Dylan or is it?
Or is it?
No,
okay.
It's not Isabella.
It's not Isabella.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I saw her on the bench.
Yeah, she's still sitting there.
Yep. So this would be Dylan. Dylan coming around. He gets the 2 points. Nice job, Kuhn with 2. But again, our Alliance wrestler. I'm going to say that's Jace Kaiser. Kaiser coming around nicely. And he gets 1. They're back on their feet. I'll tell you what, though, that was exciting. I mean, even though we're going now, into this final bout, the Bulldogs cinching up the win as they'll go into their bout against the Tigers from Massillon.
Well, yeah, this McKinley team was just as pumped up to get their 106 out there.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Nope. Great job.
Yep.
Great teamwork, great family, great to see. Obviously, a few years ago, Timken and McKinley combining their high schools. Of course, the name staying with the McKinley name, if you will. And I'll tell you what, I mean, that really helps for, the recruiting and, getting those athletes in all their sports and all their programs back out on the mat, on the gridiron, and on the field.
And shout out to old Timken basketball legend Randall Maley.
Man, I tell you what, you're like a thesaurus, man. That's awesome. Or, an almanac.
Yeah, I try to keep up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. 2 points. And Goon with the 2-4-1, our bout score. 20 seconds.
Yeah, old Randall started out as a wrestler and had some background with Raymond McDonald in the room.
Did he?
They're at Timken, yeah.
Okay.
And then got real, into the basketball scene. Got put some height on him, and next thing you know, he's out there on the court, putting down the, lighting up the scoreboard. So
wow.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, another former Timken wrestler back in the day, now known as the godfather of wrestling in the Jackson community, Massillon Jackson. That's Donnie Childress. I don't know if you know Donnie at all.
Okay. I do recognize
John,
that name,
but Donnie wrestled at Timken, probably back in the 1920s or 30s. And I hope he's listening because I've just got in trouble with that one. But yeah, it was before the 20s or 30s. But nah, man, he's like my twin brother. You'll know that when you see Donnie. Him and I, brothers from another mother. You know how that works.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Just great guy, man. I'll tell you what, great coach. Coached all my boys through the youth ranks, and he's still there. He actually tried to hang the shoes up this year, and Coach we talked about it today, and in the room, Coach Hepner said, nope, just like the Godfather. They tried to walk away, and I pulled him right back in, and they're like, yes, you did. So shout out to Donnie Childress, man.
Well,
great
Donnie
brother.
might recognize his name if he's listening. Ken Bruner.
Okay.
Kenny Bruner was the head coach there for a while at Timken. Kind of held down the fort when the program was down and about. But yeah, I think that's why Ray McDonald used to go over and help out with Ken. But shout out to him if he's listening in. I know he's still involved and trying to help out here at the Canton City youth scene. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's always good to see
No, they're really doing
start somewhere.
Exactly. I don't know. We talked to Theodore Hunter a while back, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And you guys would know Mr. Hunter. He's the guy you'll see at matches, just dressed to the T's, right? 3-piece suit, got the vest. But what's funny is he told me, he goes, Jim. A lot of time he goes, I'll be wearing my wrestling shoes. I didn't have his wrestling shoes on that night with his suit. No, Theodore just all about the development of young men and women in our sport, as well as promoting. And I know that he's got a group too that are trying to work on some broadcasting work themselves. And great guy. And down the road, hope to get Theodore with us online.
Yeah, that'd be maybe another in the room segment for you with him over there at St. Thomas.
He's very big at St. Thomas, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's the head coach over there right now. And
is he?
Yeah, he used to be very involved though prior to that with all this Canton City wrestling. So
that's awesome.
So yeah, he's always he's been there,
Well, I know next week we're going to try. We've got a lot of things happening next week in Stark Media Wrestling. I know we've been talking to Coach Noggle over at Central Catholic. Boy, nice job, Kuhn, with the takedown. Has that leg. Good riding on top. But we're going to try to get over to Central Catholic with a in-the-room session with Coach Noggle and his group. And I do believe Stark Media is going to be up at the MIT, right? An invitational, from what I understand.
Correct,
TJ, I think TJ, maybe Jamie Fosnight will be up there broadcasting from Medina. One of the premier tournaments of our state. I wish I could be with you guys. Unfortunately, got to keep the missus happy, and we're going to be hopefully doing it. So
nice.
Pretty excited about that. But we have those things going on. And I think Tim Arnold, right, director of operations here, Stark Media Wrestling, I think he's going to be taking some footage down at the Wheeling Duels.
That's
a lot
correct,
of Stark teams down at the Wheeling Duels, and I think he's going to help us out with that.
Wheeling Park, they were actually competing at the North Canton Holiday Classic.
Yep.
So, heard a lot of good things said about that event.
No, that's a great. My boys went down there for quite a few years. What's awesome about that is those guys will come out with anywhere between 9 and 10 matches over 2 days.
Wow.
A lot of wrestling, a lot of experience, needed matches. Yeah, 2-day tournament. They'll spend the night.
9 to 10 matches, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're allowed 5 matches a day. So that'll be, what they'll shoot.
It's huge for your record, especially going to they start doing seeding and things like that.
Yep.
Second part of the season for these sectional district events.
Absolutely.
That's big at that coaches seeding meeting. That discussion on that record and where they rack those wins up, of course.
Absolutely. Well, this match about over here. This is Jace Kaiser and Dylan Kuhn. Short time, under 5 seconds, 10-4. And looks like Dylan is going to come out with the victory. He's going to send 3 more points to the team score for the Bulldogs. And there it is on the board, 42-30, our final score. The Bulldogs over the Aviators.
And I believe that brings us to an end here. I see Coach Blackinson looking back on his team for something. Let me see. Oh, he's just getting the guys out for the handshake. That's all. I know.
Outstanding.
Yep.
Great job. Teams in the middle, always great to see as they go across.
So, small world. Mentioned there's, from Massillon.
Right.
We see Derice Sparkman there. So, Derice's teammate was Zach Blackinson, whose dad is the McKinley coach.
Coach over here at McKinley.
Yep.
And all in the family, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we've talked about that numerous times about our sport, how it's just a true family sport. I mean, we were talking a little bit about that in the room, that, it's a brotherhood. Once you find out that someone you're talking to is wrestled, it puts that respect level at a whole nother tier, if you will, when you think about the time we spent in the practice room, cutting the weight, the time in the weight room, just the grueling
the back and forth
effort.
of it. Yeah. No, it is. It's a grind, and to stay committed, and you need a team to stay committed to that. Jamie Fosnight was speaking on that last week. He said, you can't do this by yourself.
Right.
You're out there by yourself. It's you and that other wrestler. He said, but you need those teammates there. You need that support from them, because that's what keeps you going in these tough times. So
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do it for the Aviators. Alliance, they will pack up their gear. They'll head out and back to Alliance again on a tri-match. Normally that team that has to travel the furthest, they get the first 2 matches so they can head back home. So I see those guys packing up. Great job to Coach and his team. Nice job by those young men today as they finish up. We do have one more duel to go yet. It is your host team, the Bulldogs of McKinley, battling the Tigers from Massillon. No, we're not on the gridiron. We're on the Resolite. So that match coming up very soon.
Still a crosstown showdown, though, between the two. That's for sure.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, this is somebody mentioned Talladega earlier. I mean, this is, I think, what they meant. This matchup right here. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Especially seeing a little, they both now up against Alliance with a good finish. So I'm looking forward to see some sparks fly out there.
Going to be a battle.
Yeah.
Going to be a battle.
So how much time did they get to recover here, since they just came off the mat with Alliance?
Usually 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. I mean, our officials have worked pretty extensively here. They're going to give them some time.
Just heard from the legendary official here, Mr. Jack Moss. He is letting me know about the official rules here. Getting an update, but glad to see him, and he's having a great time here today. And I was just talking about.
Yeah, guys try to get Jack. I was going to give him the headset. He wouldn't take the headset. He's not interviewed. Come on, dude.
Yeah, we'll give him a shout out still. So.
Oh, hey, I'll tell you, Jack.
We'll get him.
No, we'll get him.
You can run, but you can't hide. Not from us.
Yeah, exactly. We're like the plague. Or lice, or
we'll stick Jim on you.
Mice, exactly.
We'll put a 2-on-1 on you. We'll never be able to get out.
Where's TJ? We need TJ.
Yeah, where did he go? He's out there. He's shopping for that tri-piece now.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You're going for the tri-piece?
Yep. Yeah.
I think we have something there. We really do.
It's starting to really mold into something all of a sudden.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. This could be our last broadcast together, partner. But you know what? If we're going out strong.
That's right. We're all in.
We're all in. Exactly.
We're in it together, man.
Yeah. I kind of noticed, old TJ's getting hammered here. Poor JP, TJ may come in a 3-piece, then JP will be like, "Hey, where's my 3-piece?"
Oh, I could see that happen. Like a jealousy kind of thing.
Well,
or you guys left me hanging.
Corporate leadership, they got to
Right.
have like team,
Right.
leadership, uniform leadership,
It has to be uniform.
coordinated.
It has to be uniform though. Yeah,
Exactly.
across the board. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, that's
And I think,
something-
and JP, of course, has that, ability, the clothing store down there. And
That's right. Yeah.
So, I mean, I tell you what, we got to have to get him on that.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm just I'm putting together, the beach blanket, the big towel,
That's what you and I are going to wear when we're
right.
broadcasting,
Yeah,
right?
we're going with maybe like a little American flag or something. I don't
like
know
that.
yet. Yeah,
American flag on one side, the Ohio flag on the other, like big moo-moos.
Yeah. That's
Exactly.
Maybe I'll see. There's a lot of options on those different moo style. So JC Penney has a special right now on that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't see that
I
one.
always keep up with stuff like that. Little side gig.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, just thinking ahead, for the beach wrestling,
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
Well, we got the towel, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be on the beach. We got to have the towel.
Gotta have the towel. Yeah.
Exactly.
The terrible towel.
Terrible
Wait,
towel.
didn't you tell me that somebody invented the terrible towel?
Yeah, it was Chris Kalai's mom. Yeah, is where the terrible towel started. I don't care what anybody says. It was well before the Pittsburgh Steelers, whatever. Mrs. Kalai, Chris's mom, Chris Kalai, of course, owner operator of Wrestling One tournaments. But she would be in the front row of our matches, wherever, didn't matter. And this towel, and she is just going, right? I mean, she's just letting you have the towel, and it was very intimidating.
That's awesome. So that was at what, Coventry?
Yeah, that was Coventry. Yeah.
Coventry High School.
Kalai's at Coventry, and
so
of course.
Well, let me ask you this then. So, okay, Kalai, yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then David Riggs was he?
Well, I was at Norton, so I was across the way at Norton.
Okay. All
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I do believe Dave. I think Dave came out of Coventry. I know when I first met Dave, I was wrestling. I was like a junior, senior in high school still, and Dave was actually coaching at Medina Highland when I first met Dave. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he had went to Medina Highland, and
stomping ground of Jesse Lang. He was state champion.
Jesse Lang, Brian Marcelli, head coach, right? Victor, Brian.
Kidding.
That's where I first met Brian.
Yeah,
Brian. When I was head coach at Norton, Brian was head coach over at Medina Highland. And that's when I first met Brian. And of course, I might, he laughs. He goes, nobody calls me Brian. Everybody calls me Corky. I just
Corky. Yeah.
I just can't do it. I don't know. I just always been Brian. But I got some great stories. As time goes on, we'll share some stories. But yeah, I remember the first time we met him. We walked in to weigh in. Our match was at Highland that year, and I go into the coach's office, right? And here he is, up against the wall, big guy like his. He's got a baseball bat in his hand. I'm thinking, what the heck is this? But yeah.
You had the bat, huh?
Yeah, the bat. Well, the match here, as you're seeing, looking out, I do believe this is our JVs, right? I think our JV matches. Getting our other officials some work there. We've been working with Jack Moss. This gentleman here did a nice job. Watched him do some of our JV matches earlier.
Right.
Did
a great
job. Well, I'll tell you what, too, partner, while we have a chance, we want to make sure that we give again a shout out. I know that TJ did this earlier. If you just happen to be joining us, some of our sponsors, today our presenting sponsor of our event is the Eagles FOE number 190. So, again, we want to thank the Eagles for being our presenting sponsor this evening. That Eagles is located in downtown Massillon at 303 Wyrick Boulevard, Northwest. If you want information from the post, you can call 330-832-7385. They're open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. So, again, the Eagles do a great job. Donations of over $100,000 this past year to our local charities. Yeah, just outstanding. Website, eagles190.com. But, again, we want to thank Eagles FOE number 190 for their sponsorship, their presenting sponsorship today. We have some other ones, too, partner, if you want to read them out. Some other sponsors here for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Shout out also to CH Vallos and Associates, also McNeill Sons Tree Services, along with Lindseys Pizza, finally HereOhio.com, always over at LeatherNecks Nation
Yeah,
MC.
Tim Arnold and the Leatherneck boys, right?
That's right. The Sam Center and Save 22.vet for them. Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company. And that completes our list of dedicated sponsors. We appreciate you.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you're if you're listening and you're interested in being a sponsor or advertising with Stark Media, you can email starkmediateam@gmail.com. Again, that's starkmediateam@gmail.com. Look us up on YouTube. Our information's there. You can look us up on Facebook. I'm not sure about a website just yet. I don't know that we have. Do we have a website?
It's in the works.
In the works. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So TJ and JP doing a great job bringing high school athletics, presenting various stories, throughout Stark County. So,
it's huge, guys. Especially for these kids, man. I really, I'm sure you too know, if we had something like this back in our day, how exciting that would have made it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And
to know it was being on the radio or broadcasting live, it'd be awesome.
Right. Well, not just that, but for if mom or dad can't be there, or you got your aunt and uncle that live out of state and they're fans, or it's cool that they can tune into for a free live stream and see their son, daughter, grandson, whoever it is compete, and that's huge. Nope. That really is. Yeah, that's next level. That's, I always say, Stark County media, taking broadcasting to the next level. That's exactly what I mean by that.
Absolutely. Taking it to the next level. I like that. It's a great little tagline. Well, I'll tell you what, after the first of year partner, I know that we're going to be out at Glen Oak on Sunday. We're going to do a little bit of youth broadcast for our youth, show what happens at that youth level. So important to show kind of where it all starts off. Right. And then also we'll be broadcasting, I believe, at Mount Union College, where are the Purple Raiders doing a nice job right there with the Purple Raiders. And I believe we have a couple of their matches coming up. But I'll tell you what, I'm very excited about. It's not, put on stone yet, if you will, but we have been asked to possibly do the Division III regionals at the end of February up at Case Western Reserve.
Oh, that's right.
So D3 college regionals, Stark Media. We're going to be there bringing it to you live. So very excited about that opportunity.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
Coach Malave does a great job up there for Case. And, just want to make sure that all of our wrestlers, no matter what level, they get the love they deserve. These guys put in so much time and effort in the practice room. That's one thing that you can kind of watch. I know that TJ, when he films the in-the-room segments, it's really important to him to get some footage of the guys practicing just to show, what those rooms look like and how hard those young men and women work.
Right. Well, shout out to my big sister, Tamara Sunland. She used to be a professor up there at Case Western.
Really?
For art, yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. She retired early. Now she's helping out the Akron Public Schools. So, and always talking young men into wrestling still, she said. She said, you can spot them, She said, there's a certain, look, certain kid, that's teachable, coachable, talking about earlier. Right. They got that right attitude, and she said, it might be could be a life-changing event for him by just joining the wrestling team.
Absolutely.
And she always lets them know. She says, hey, I'm not the wrestling coach here, but I'll point you in the right direction, man.
Yeah, I'll show you the way.
Yeah.
I'll point the way.
You might want to check that out if you haven't yet.
I kind of want to go back to your, battles with, Emil there. I'm still amazed at your technique there of, the old eye poke setup, because I got one bad eye and now we're going to have two bad eyes.
Yeah, that was well, it was, days and days of, taking a beat down from him. Yeah, kind of.
So it wasn't something you put into place right off
away.
The bat.
Yeah, it took time to me develop that kind of strategy, but
I got you.
Yeah, but finally I found a loophole.
It was a go-to.
Yeah, it was my new go-to. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and kind of kept him on his heels then too. When he saw that hand raise.
Yeah, kept him on his heels.
Yeah,
kept him with dark glasses on for the next 3 days because he's got a thumbprint in his eye. But
right.
Well.
Yeah.
Oh, the pin. The big boys. Tell you what, I don't know if you see that. Those big boys had the legs in, man. I mean, talking about riding legs at heavyweight. Wow.
Unbelievable. Yep. It's well, we talked about how the sport's evolved over the years, and I think that's the. I always mention this because I think it's the most true point is in those upper weights, especially with the upper weights like these heavyweights.
Right.
Last week at the Hoover Classic, 31 out of 32 wrestlers in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I remember that. Remember they had one bye.
One bye, yeah.
Yeah.
They literally filled the bracket. I mean,
Right.
Jim, we're not used to seeing that
No,
from back in our day anyway. Yeah,
No.
that's a whole new ball game. So,
Absolutely.
glad to see that though. Yeah,
That was awesome.
I love that idea that we're seeing that growth in these upper weights. So it tells me too, hey, a lot of these guys that are out there in the football playing field, making that transition, to stay in shape for that next season or just to pick up these skills that they're using out in the field.
Oh, absolutely. JR and I talk about that a lot. Obviously, again, coach over at Lake, with the Blue Streaks, and that about how, and he's coached the line quite a bit. And he just says, the wrestlers with their body position, their hand fighting, their footwork, hip control, it makes such a difference, right? And TJ, even though TJ didn't wrestle, he does talk about it. And he talks about how many he knew when he was going up against a wrestler, right? I mean, when he was, playing and whether it be at, the high school level and of course his great run at Ohio State, he talks about it like, hey, I knew when I had a wrestler across from me because I knew how they were fighting hands. I knew how their body were positioned. I knew something was different about these guys.
Hitting that swing move. Yeah.
Yeah.
That low level explosiveness. Yeah. That
absolutely.
My one boy that's he plays a little D line, little league football, and he said because he's not part of the wrestling program at the moment, but that's what he gives his success. He gets in there and gets a lot of fumbles and sacks in the backfield, and he said that was wrestling. Yeah, he always says that. Yeah. I'm like, so does that mean we're going to see you around this year, the season? Or?
Yeah.
He's like, I think I already mastered it.
Yeah. I'm there, Dad. I'm good.
I'm using it out in the field already. So
exactly.
Yeah. Like, well, got next level to think about.
Well, there is somewhere else we could go there, partner.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Johnny, I think we're ready, brother. I think I see the 106s. I see some movement on the far side. I think we're ready to start the varsity match. The captains are out in the middle. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, as you're watching here, the captains go out. Basically, there'll be a coin toss. Of course, the green side of the coin is usually your home wrestlers. The red, of course, your visitors. And they'll toss that coin to then give the winner of that coin toss choice so that depending if it's an even or an odd match, who gets choice in the second period. Again, it goes a little bit to that strategy that we've talked about. Not a ton of strategy per se in wrestling, right? I mean, but that is something as far as sending wrestlers to the mat, weighing in two different guys, who's going to walk out, how many wrestlers do I have? Do I take even? Do I take odd? But that's what's happening right now. The official going to switch him around, and he'll now flip the coin. There it is.
Heads or tails?
Green or red?
Green or red.
All right, green looks like green is up. McKinley probably had the choice there. Not really sure what they took. We'll find out as we go along, but we are ready to go. I love it. Hey, off to our back shoulder. Here we go, brothers. So we talked about the tunnel, right?
The tunnel. Oh, my gosh, I love it. You can hear them in the background.
They are ready to go.
Battle ready, man.
They are
battle
ready to go.
Ready. William Wallace.
Well, I'll
love
tell
the
you
tunnel.
what. Looking at Massillon, now I see some forfeits here. So I'm looking up, and this could be our first bout at 120 pounds.
Yes, I'm seeing that too here.
So
let me go check.
Yeah, okay. All right, head it off to the table. Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to go with that while he's checking. But if so, this is Aiden Wilson from Massillon, and he is wrestling. I'm guessing that McKinley has bumped up one of their 113-pounders, but he's going to be checking here. We'll be right back. Do the best we can to get you exactly who is wrestling at this point. Varsity match is underway. The Bulldogs of McKinley, the Tigers of Massillon. All right, Coach, what do we got?
All right, did verify. This is the 120 weight class.
Okay.
Didn't have a skivvy on the names, though. She didn't have a bout sheet yet. So.
Okay.
But
well, we know at Massillon, we know the Tigers, this is Aiden Wilson for sure. Now at 113, looking at at least the weigh-in sheets, Coach, I think this is going to be Shane Knights or Zachary Zyke on a 113-pounder that's jumped up.
Okay, all right. Well, that's probably exactly it. Looking at the weigh-in sheet there, and based on I think previously I know that's who both these teams had out there before. So look at that double under. Wow.
Nice job, sucks it up nicely. Got a bear hug there. They step out of bounds. They're going to bring it back to the center. Again, Jack Moss, our official for our varsity bout. Great job here today. Nice head bang. Wilson in on the single leg. He's got it near side. He's going to want to tripod up. Wants to keep moving. He can't stop there. He wants to keep the action moving. In nice. He's got the leg lock nice, but the official says, nope, don't like where that knee's going. He stops it.
So, yeah, he was cranking on that foot.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, anytime you see that hand behind the back of the official's neck like that, he's signaling to you with a whistle, stopping action. That's potentially dangerous. Again, athlete safety, always job one.
Absolutely, yep. We don't want to see anybody not be able to compete.
And Wilson has that near arm, Coach. Wow. Oh, he's got the two. And he's in the arm bar with the far wrist. He's going to try to run it. He's cranking short time on the clock. I don't know if he's going to pop it or not with 5 seconds. He's running, but I'll tell you what, good pressure on that shoulder.
Going right to a cradle from there.
Time runs out, no back points, but good pressure. And choice goes to Massillon.
Man, what a buzzer beater, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Wilson looking over at his coach. He says, hey, we're going to defer, gives choice to the McKinley wrestler. And real quick as we look over, again, we didn't have a lot of the coaches' names here. The coaching staff for the Tigers, Coach, as we talked about, Coach Samsel over there, Coach Sparkman. Yeah, I said Ivan McClay. I mean, what am I doing? I said Ivan wrestled there. There was Coach Samsel. What the heck? Yeah, I'm going to hear about that later on the broadcast.
Samsel was tough. I remember him.
Oh, my gosh. No, just awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sparkman, Coach Leno, Coach Isaac, and Coach Wusky rounding out the coaching staff for the Tigers.
We had Coach Wusky on here at Hoover.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yep. Me and TJ had him on for
a
few minutes. Yeah, gave us some insight to their program and how they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cool to hear from him. They were talking about maybe you know more about this.
Oh, here we go. Hang on, Coach. Turnabout. We have Nice with the arm bar. That's who you think is out there. That Nice has it in nice.
He got it in tight. Yeah,
he's definitely got his.
And they're so far center on that mat that you can't reach for that out of bounds line.
Oh no, he's gonna have to fight this. He's gonna have to stay up. Official trying to get down there, check for that shoulder to see if it comes down. He's looking, and he does.
Wow.
He has it right there, down 2-0 going into the second period. Puts that arm bar in, nice and tight, and does not come out. That victory going to the Bulldogs. Zachary.
Love it. Like the celebration.
Correction, Shane Nice, correct?
He gave himself a
mat
slap. Yeah,
he missed it. Darn.
Yeah, the ref slapped the mat, and then he did a slap the mat.
Oh, okay.
Heck yeah.
All right, looking at 126 pounds now. Looks to be for the Tigers. We're going to have Marcus Frick. Marcus already out on the mat. He's waiting for his opponent. What do you think, Coach?
Looking like Adam Williman. About him before.
Mr. Williman.
Possible relation to some wrestling greatness. Maybe.
Absolutely. Could be.
Yeah. If anybody's listening and knows that, let us know in the chat, please. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, and please share the link. Get the word out about Stark Media Team.
Absolutely. Yeah, all you have to do just, go to YouTube, do a search for Stark Media Team. Search that. You'll find our In the Room segments. You'll find our live event and recorded event. Of course, live right now, our recorded events. And coming around nicely, Frick with that head and arm out front.
Right. He tried to go right for that near cradle.
Went,
and then,
come around nicely
yeah.
to the near cradle, decided to give that up, just went for the 2-point takedown. You know, sometimes better part of valor, right? Instead of sticking with it too long and possibly losing everything, he goes for the 2, gets a nice takedown.
I heard Coach saying, head in the hole. That's just putting your head right there, like in the rib cage area.
Right in the ribs, baby.
Yep.
Right in the ribs. Locking it up.
And he definitely listened to his coach on that. He had it deep.
Yes, he did.
Yep, that's what helped him get that takedown.
Nice front headlock. I'll tell you what, over top the leg, has the leg hooked over top, kind of turking that up just a little bit with the far arm, thinking far side cradle.
Oh, wow. He's
doing a nice job on top, working.
I can tell how he's worked these cradles. He got some experience with that. That must be one of his go-tos from top.
It's going to be a top go-to for that young man.
Yeah.
Nice job
wrist.
underneath.
Yeah.
Yep, just going to say on both wrists. Underneath. Nope, there comes the arm bar. Got the far wrist, arm bar, far wrist, 20 seconds. He's got to run it.
Maybe
He's loosened up a little bit.
Maybe another first period buzzer beater back to back.
It could be.
Yeah.
And Williman's got the far arm out, trying to keep that from going over. We're down to short time, 5 seconds.
He's going for it all now. He's going up top for that.
And that'll do it. Time runs out. Period number 2. Choice going to the Bulldogs.
Defer.
Yep, very good. Good call, Coach. He defers. And right away, Frick, again, I just really, you pointed this out. I love the way these wrestlers in between periods look at their coaches, getting counsel.
Right.
Listening, doing what's asked of them. Frick taking the down position, referees, and coming up nice, good, strong, real quick. And he keeps popping up. Like to see that. And, of course, our official watching for a little locking hands. Nothing yet.
Close, though.
Yeah, it is close, but Williman's doing a nice job.
Right.
As soon as they hit that mat, he's releasing, going up, grabbing some wrist control.
Not his first rodeo. Probably.
No, not at all. Cradle coming in.
There it is, the cradle man.
My God, he's going with the suicide, right? I mean, of course, everybody calls it different. He took that cradle over top of him. Not really the best way you want to take it. And he still got it.
He still got it.
He does rolls through.
Oh, wow.
And doesn't get the points, but thank goodness doesn't give up any. And with that, they'll go to their feet. They're on their feet, neutral, escape, 1 point, Frick, 2-0, our bout score.
And that's right, folks. All that just for 1 point.
Yeah. All that work for 1 point.
For 1 point. That's the beauty of this sport, that scramble. That's where the wrestling actually happens.
All right, there we go. 3. I was a little confused there. 2-1, 3-0, our bout score. Takedown, and Frick in nicely with a single leg. Nice job. Nice finish. Pops it down. 2 points. Again, 5-0, 40 seconds remaining. And right away, look at that. Into that arm bar, man.
Yeah.
Right into the bar.
Loving those pin combos. He just goes from one to the other.
Absolutely.
And he was doing that in that first period. And
kind
of sitting on that line of out of bounds.
Yeah, he's trying to pull him back in. I like to see that. He's not going to rest on it. Good to see. And he's going to try to take him over, see if we can get some back points here. Again, yes, the swipes are up, man. He is swiping. We're under 10 seconds. Can he get that far shoulder down? He had to step over, that right leg step through over, maybe sit through a little bit if he can. And no, they're going to take it right there. Gets 3 points. 3 more, 8-0 Massillon. And right away, choice goes to Williman. He'll go neutral. They're going to go on their feet. And back to takedowns.
Heavy on the hands, third period started out. Both wrestlers kind of locked up right now, though. We got the McKinley wrestler with his heels at the out of bounds line. Is that the place you kind of want to be if you're out there on the mat, Jim, or is it better to, try to circle back in at that point?
Well, again, it kind of depends, where you're at and the mat score to the mat. Right now, down 8-0. I think kind of work himself back in. We're in the third period. He's going to have to look for something big. There's not quite enough time left to put together a series of takedowns. So he's going to have to look for a big move like we talked about a little bit earlier. If I'm Coach Blackison, I'm telling him, hey, go big. It's time to go big. And it's got to look for that big move. Down 8-0. Major decision is in. And that's one thing to think about too, right? Is that, again, being aware of the match. 6-0, really only our mat score right now. What would be nice is to hold from 4 points going on the team score, even if you could just get a takedown and take that major decision to just a regular decision. That 1 point, the difference between a team win and a team loss.
True.
But not to be Frick just muscled over that
and
throw, and he tightens it up. Nice bundle underneath, had that position, and he gets the and ties the match.
Yes.
6-6, just like that. Pin to win, baby. Pin to win.
That's part of the sports, that pin. Nobody has that.
That is the ultimate of our sport, right? I mean, that is what we work for.
Makes it unique.
Well, 132 pounds making their way out. I look across, looks to be Gage Gordon for the Tigers. So who do you got there coming up for the Bulldogs? Bulldogs, of course.
We got Jaden Wallace.
Jaden Wallace. All right. Yep. Wallace and Gordon. Here we go. Official set. Shaking hands. And real quickly right into a quick ankle pick.
Yeah.
Right off the whistle. 2 points.
Quick 2.
Kind of caught Wallace off guard. That's why you got to be ready, man. Right before the whistle, you got to be ready to go. And I think Wallace just wasn't quite ready for that takedown.
No, he didn't look like it. Yeah.
No. Does give the escape. We're back on our feet, 2-1. And Wallace looking a little bit more prepared now, right, Coach? I mean, he's underneath, got that arm bundled up a little bit. So I don't know that Gordon will catch him off surprise the next time.
Yeah, that woke him up.
Yeah.
That woke me
Good morning.
up. Yeah. That was nice. Oh, he's right back out that hop around.
Nice job, 2-point takedown. He's reaching underneath, got the
Double
arms bundled up. Yeah. Used to call that a butcher. Takes it back other direction. He's on his back. Officials down in position. Gordon has it tight. If you want, maybe grab that far elbow, but he's going to the near leg. I think I'd go far elbow right there and pull that up. And nice job, Wallace. Well done. Well done. Fighting himself back into position, gets back to his knees. We're going to go 3/4 backwards on the other side. Instead of pulling it underneath, this time he takes it back. Again, giving up the back points. He's got to keep position. That could do it, and he does.
Wow.
Johnny, that's it. Tell you what, he started that 3/4 to pull it underneath, made a decision to go back the other way, and with that, 6 points for the Tigers.
Putting Massillon in the lead in this crosstown showdown rivalry here.
Crosstown showdown, baby. Love it. I love it. Gage Gordon, your winner there with the fall. 138 pounds on the mat. Looks to be Dasuko McComb, I think. It's a little handwritten there. Would you say that's Mr. McComb?
I would say that's McComb, yes,
All
sir.
right.
And then up against, looks like, we got a few options there. It's either Tanner Ailes from McKinley, or it's going to be Benjamin Brownfield.
All right.
One of the two.
Sounds good. So, again, the Bulldogs, nice to see that roster as big as it is. We're bringing in 2 athletes, giving them an opportunity which way they want to go as the match progresses. Boy, again, tighten up that front headlock and it jammed it back into position. That was McComb.
We got the 2 different approaches here. You got a wrestler that's more taller, longer, longer reach versus a short stocker guy like ourselves. So, it's a challenge for both of them, to be up against a different body type like that.
And again, right, the beauty of our sport, not only the weight differentials, from the 106 up to 285, everybody having a chance all the way in between. But that's a great point that you make there on the body structures themselves, right? The McKinley wrestler, man, looks like a little bulldog, right? Little tank. It's like you and I, little tanks. And I'll tell you what, I used to call guys like the Massillon guy, I'd call them spiders, right? I mean, tall, lanky. And those dudes, man, 2 things I remember wrestling them and coaching against them. Number one was obviously their leverage, right? Their length, their leverage. Tough to get to those legs because they're just so doggone long, right? That was number one. And the other thing that you found with wrestlers of that body style, their strength. They had like cable, right? Metal cable strength. It was a totally different kind of strength.
Yes,
it really was than what maybe you and I experienced. And, conditioning wise, those guys seem to have a little better conditioning, or at least they didn't have to maybe sprint run as much to get to the conditioning where we did, just because, our bodies and our muscles were, needed so much more oxygen, that we needed more conditioning. But, I'll tell you what, those, for me, those were tough guys for me to wrestle. I didn't like the spiders. It was so hard to get inside. Remember, you and I talked about this earlier. I always talked about smothering the spider, try to get inside and keep that leverage at bay. Because once they hit that leverage, whether it be the legs or the spiral ride, right, with that, I mean, it was just the torque that they had was just amazing.
Amazing, yeah. Yep. And then they just finished the period there 2-0.
All right.
With our McKinley Bulldog.
McKinley on top.
On top, yeah.
And Choice going to, I think McComb had Choice. He took down. So he's going to try to escape. Nice job keeping his base. Wants to get a foot on the mat, whether it be inside, outside. But again, sometimes before you put that foot on the mat, it's always good to try to get that hand control. One thing I'm sure you coached also, right? You always told those guys, there's one hand where it'll always be, and that's going to be around your waist, right? Or around that belly button or when you start. Yeah. So that whistle blows, man. That's the first hand. Get that hand. Get the 4 fingers and just lock in.
Well, you got to establish. Potentially dangerous there.
Yeah.
On the neck.
I think he had that shoulder trapped. Had that shoulder trapped and then rolled it up on top. So, yeah. And I know McKinley coach not happy that it was stopped right there. Had a question on it, but he knows, definitely athlete safety is job one.
It's job one, absolutely. No, yeah, and then what to definitely verify what you were saying earlier. Yeah, you got to establish that control on top with the wrist or tight waist ride. You see a lot of guys I know like to, go right to up around the chest area. Even they come high and they bring it down low. Kind of trick their bottom man, to reach up. Since they reach up, then they come back down.
Oh, this is not good. He's tight. He's got it, and then he does it. Yes. Kind of rolls it back up, stacks.
The Bulldog stack.
Yeah. Nice job. Rolled that up nicely. Nice little stack.
Wow. I think that's what he was going for earlier.
No, it was. Yeah. Absolutely was. Nice job by the McKinley wrestler. Again, as you said, that was either Tanner Ailes or Benjamin Brownfield. Congratulations to that young man. All right, we're moving to 144. Looking at the lineup here, I do believe this will be Demetrius Stern for the Tigers.
And then maybe Eli Cook for McKinley, or this could be one of the
Or they could have jumped a guy.
38s.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Yep.
Well, and that's one thing, again, we have a great vantage right here. Unfortunately, the table a little bit away to kind of help confirm some of our wrestlers. And, again, those coaches can bring out who makes sense at the time.
At the time, yep. And it's all tied up right now, 12-12.
And, yeah, it's a great match, man. Like you said, crosstown showdown. Oh, and a good movement here. Both guys. Stern trying to get those hips up. He does. And the crowd going wild here. Bulldog Arena. He's underneath. Stern's got that arm locked. He's going to try to walk it out. He's got this tight. If he can sit back in, he does. Boy, is that tight, Johnny.
I know where you learned that's that old Derice Sparkman chin whip.
Oh, and there he has it. Settles back nicely, pulls that head up. 6 points. Again, pin to win, baby. Pin to win. 12, 18. I think we've seen all pins so far, no?
This is
looking at the scoreboard.
Yeah, forfeit or a pin.
Yeah, I have not seen a forfeit come up yet, so that may be coming.
Right. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Boy, I'll tell you, exciting here, 18-12. The Tigers back in the lead. Ransom Ells is our wrestler for Massillon. Ransom out there. And who you got, Coach, for the Bulldogs?
Well, this looks like either it's going to be Demir Hamilton or David Post. I remember earlier they had they had bumped one guy up.
Yeah, so I think this might be Post.
This might be Posted, yeah.
Not positive, but I think the way it worked out and the way we called it last time, this could be Post.
Yeah.
This is Ransom Ells for the Tigers. Great match here. Again, I loved how you put that little crosstown showdown. Beautiful. Tell you what, when TJ puts this together, that's what he's got to have as the lead, right? The crosstown showdown.
Yeah. Yep. the battle on Tusk. Yeah.
No, leave it where you had it, man. Don't go any further. You're a good. Yeah, we're not going battle on Tusk or something. Fourth Street Frome or something. I don't know.
Oh man.
Posts ahead 2-0 here. About a minute left in the period. Nice job. Hill's trying to work himself back up. He's got to peel that hand off.
Good.
Got a nice job on the bundle of those hands.
That's what second time we've seen a McKinley wrestler with that approach, with that bundle.
Absolutely. Yep. He slipped through, and Sturm continues to wrestle. 2 points on the reversal. Oh my goodness. He got the pin. Yeah. He rolled it through. Wow. That was quick call, I think what happened, I think that posted, if you will, with the body to try to push him off. And then when he did that, he put his shoulder down into the mat. And
it's almost like he pinned himself.
Almost pinned himself. But I'll tell you what, wow. I'll tell you what, the Bulldogs not to be denied. A lot of fire still here. Looking at 157, Joseph Abdullah coming out for the Tigers. And I think it's what you said before, boss.
I think, it's going to be either bump up or.
No, I think it's Demir Hamilton.
Demir Hamilton. Okay.
I think that's Demir.
That is Demir. Okay.
We're going to go, and 2 points very quickly.
Talk
with
about
the
hustle
takedown.
Back to the middle.
Yeah, look at both those young men.
Love seeing that.
Yep, absolutely. Abdullah goes down.
They just knew.
Yeah, a lot of fire, man. The crowd's into it. Wrestlers are into it. Teams are into it, man. That's what you want to see. Great job.
You can feel the intensity.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell you what, we got to get more people out to the arenas, watching these matches, rooting these young men on, and our young ladies. Yeah, I know you can watch it online on here with Stark Media, but it's nothing like being out here at the event.
Absolutely. Yep.
And Demir, nice job. Kind of slips out of the arm bar, kind of takes it the other way.
And make sure you tune in later on the season or have the women's Ohio High School Wrestling first ever state wrestling championship.
Absolutely. First time they'll be down at the Shot, sanctioned by the OSHAA. Hamilton's got that arm bar. It's tight. I'm not sure he's coming out of this one, John.
Did he get it?
Officials whistle. And he does.
He does. Way to come
back. Right like that.
We got a match.
The Bulldogs put 6 on the board. Pin to win, baby. Pin to win. 18-24 our score. And here we go. Working our way up the 165 weight class. This is going to be Damian Corum. And the hand is raised. So 6 points for the Tigers.
So there's the forfeit. All right.
So there was a forfeit at 65.
All right.
And we're going to 175. Here he comes. This is Francisco Salvino. Right?
Wait, no, this can't be Bostic then.
Nope. Hang on. This is 175 because I do have Salvino at 175. He is set. A little leap up in the air as he's ready to go. So this is going to be Peterson or Walker.
Okay, Peterson or Walker. All right.
Again, 18-30 your score. The Tigers in front. That forfeit by the Bulldogs. Again, you hate to see the forfeits.
Right, yeah. I knew there was going to be one somewhere in there.
Okay.
That by looking at that midweight matchup there.
And Salvino doing a nice job. Some collar tie there, working the head a little bit, like to see. Don't want to hang on that head. You want to get in there, bang it around a little bit, shake it up. A little shake and bake, let him know you're there. And the shot, single leg, comes back out. Didn't like the feel of that. Nice defense by the McKinley wrestler. Well done.
Got both wrestlers kind of hanging on. The head position, kind of feeling each other out.
I was just going to say, trying to stalk each other, feel each other out a little bit, see which way it's going to go. There you go. Got that head position in there, doing a little head grinding, a little forehead grinding. I want to tell you what, sometimes, that can hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. No, it's it's a little bit different than the other earlier matches though. Those guys are coming out swinging. And
This is slowed down a little bit.
Yep.
Slowed down. Salvino again with the shot. And that's something to watch right there. Salvino 2 shots to none. Not saying anything, but eventually if the McKinley wrestler does not want to show, kind of offensively anything either upstairs or down, you don't want to leave it in the hands of the official. You don't want stalling to determine a match, but it is part of the action.
Yep, it's calculated by that official. That's he's keeping track of that stuff. That's part of their job.
Well, I'm sure you coach your teams. I know I did. We try to tell the kids, listen, don't put a match in the official's hands.
Right. Yep.
Take care of business. Take care of your business. And again, Salvino with a third shot. No points. Choice going to the Tiger. And Salvino looking over his coaches very quickly says, I'm going down, coach. I'm going to escape. So he's in position. Referees, he's looking for the escape. McKinley on top, working the grind.
I overheard Coach Blackinson say something to wrestler earlier. I guess the wrestler had something about the official making the call, and he said, "Hey, success or excuses, man."
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too. I think that's a good one. That's one of those like T-shirt kind of sayings.
Absolutely.
Something to put up in your wrestling room.
Success or excuses.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
A lot of our young wrestlers out of there, take it to heart, man. Listen to some of the things that you hear. Make yourself a little notebook, things that inspire you. But no, I like that.
Me too. Yeah.
Success or excuses.
I took a mental note on that one. Yeah. I like hearing stuff like that. I share it with my boys, maybe my girls too. They love hearing that kind of stuff.
And Salvino getting the stalling call there. Of course, he started the period down, got the escape relatively quickly. Working here out of bounds, just try a little bit of a bear hug, a little bit of a muscle move there. They go back to the center, back on their feet, 1-1. But again, Salvino with a stall.
And shout out to Mike Barrows. Thank you, Mike, for the shout out to us on the coverage. Glad you're back in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mike joins us off and on. I've seen Mike up before, right?
Oh yeah. He always got some good info for us.
That's right. He's always throwing us some information. I'll tell you what, definitely appreciate his help. Appreciate all of our fans out there. The fans of wrestling, right? I mean, TJ, JP given the opportunity to bring the sport of wrestling to a live media format. And Salvino with a nice takedown for 2, 3-0 short time. And they're going to go out of bounds, it looks like. Not quite just yet. Official not calling it. Yeah, there he does.
18 seconds to go here to end the second period with Salvino on top.
And again, nicely, both wrestlers get back to the center. Get in position again. I like that. McKinley wrestler looking over at coach, trying to get some instruction. Needs to know where to go. Nice job. Tries to come up outside leg, stand up a little bit. But Savino right there. Salvino does a nice job riding. Keeps those hips. Notice how the hip nice and tight. Needs to start working those wrists underneath. There he goes. You can see the knee right to that arm bar, and time will run out.
That would have been an important 1 point for the McKinley wrestler there. Good job for Salvino keeping that away from him.
Absolutely. Yeah. Our McKinley wrestler getting choice in the third period, and he decides we're going to go on our feet, go on takedowns. Love to see our wrestlers on our feet.
The third period stands.
That's,
It can make or break you.
Yep.
Whose head's lower than the others? Well.
Yep. We've talked about it before, right, Johnny? It's we coach for the third period. I know you did, I did, and that's why we do all those sprints. That's why we do the conditioning that we do, because you know what? We're going to third period. It's going to be my period, my team's period. We're going to win. Salvino in nicely with the bear hug, comes out, drops underneath. Thinking about it again, took a near leg back and forth.
Salvino had a great head positioning right there, just kind of blocking with his head.
Yep. And our McKinley wrestler down nicely on the inside shot, goes down low. Takedown, 3-2. Salvino is down. Oh, he's going to give him the one. Wow. Gives him the escape, 4-2. Tell you what, that's not a bad call on Coach Blackiston's part.
Good looking out, yeah.
I mean, a little over a minute. He's back in again on the single leg near side. He's got it. Salvino's hipping down well. He's got to work back. He might want to post those hips with the hands. Good continued action. Both wrestlers, well done. And stalling is the call red. That is the second one. And I'm not really sure. Why did we get that?
Wait a minute.
Not sure about that stalling.
He actually gave the point to the McKinley wrestler.
Well, because that was the second stalling.
Yeah.
Salvino got a stalling in the second period.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what that stalling was about.
It was more of I think, something to do with the.
So they pushed him out of bounds or stopped action?
It was after they went out and he kept pushing, I think.
Okay. Oh, Salvino with the takedown right on the edge, and
back points.
He's got the swipes going.
He's pulling him in.
Yeah, no need to pull him in. Where he's at is fine.
Stay right there.
He can stay right there. I would not move. He wants to tighten it up, scoop that head. Oh, and he gets the pin.
Wow.
Brings it down. Well done.
Oh, he did the big flex.
Cisco Salvino with the fall. And I'll tell you what, I think the showdown crosstown might have just been sealed there, brother.
I think so. I think that in the team score, it looks like that.
Now moving it to 190 pounds. And this will be Chris Fair for the Tigers.
And then from McKinley, we got.
I think it's Barsic. I think it's where they jumped Jamar Barsic.
Okay. At one, because they bumped him there.
And I just did hear Jamar, so we do know this is Mr. Barsic. So. All right. Again, Chris Fair underneath.
Both these guys, great matches earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brother of Cody Fair to come up next.
With that front headlock.
Yeah, he's got that thing in. Dee's going to try to whip it back. Good motion, good pursuit, back on their feet. Well done, good battle, Barsic.
Barsic, great stance, man. Keeping good head position, everything. Did a little chin strike.
Yeah. Fair a little bit taller than the McKinley wrestler, but Jamar doing a nice job. Good pursuit, driving in. Oh, and official's whistle stops the action.
Call that the Bostic backup.
The Bostic backup.
Right in there for good stance, like you were talking about.
Yeah, got that pursuit, baby. Yeah. Got to stay that pursuit. Smother the spider.
Smothering it, yeah.
Nice job. Front headlock, or maybe a chance there. Nope, he caught him, but decided not to go with it. He's over top the body a little bit. He might want to get some pressure. Not much pressure in that position. Fair's going to try to hold the leg. Oh, he just gives up the leg. He gave up the leg, going to give up the two. I don't think he was in quite that bad a position to give it up, but he does. 2-0, your score. Barsic on top.
Yeah, well, Barsic had him pretty flat, and I think he, realized, but better, get up, get out kind of situation. But he's not getting out though. He's still flat.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, that situation, if you can't build back to that base, try to hold on to that leg, maybe work for a stalemate. Yeah. There really wasn't much of a high leg action going there. He might have been able to get himself a fresh start. But
he might have got a fresh start on that. Out of that
absolutely.
Even a few more seconds.
Now, talking about that, John, short time. We're under 5 seconds here in the first period. We're going to go into period number 2, 2-0 McKinley.
And that team score with the Massillon Tigers at 36 points and McKinley Bulldogs with 18.
But I will tell you what, looking at our lineups, right? I mean, the Tigers started at about 120. So I do not see a 6 or 13 pounder. So whether that is 12 points yet to go to the board, if it is, now you're talking a 30 to 36 bout,
That's a
12-point
swing, yeah.
So you're talking 12 points yet to go on the board for the Bulldogs. So we're going to have to see how that shakes out here as the match continues. But as you look at the weigh-in sheets, that's absolutely what's going to occur.
No, you brought up a fantastic point on that. Yeah, that could be a deal breaker.
No, and if that's the case, that means we're going down. The last few matches are going to be the make or breaks, right?
Yeah, well, that's good to know.
And Barsic doing a nice job. He's got the stack. He kind of pulls him up, but Chris Fair rolls through.
The old Harold Smith stack.
Yeah.
Shout out to Harold Smith, man. What a great coach and wrestler back in his time.
Absolutely.
Canton McKinley Bulldog.
Now Barsic doing a nice job on top, trying to work that reinforced half underneath. Got the legs in. And I'll tell you what, just a nice stocky build. Got those short legs. Now he's going to work Fair with the he's got the near wrist, rolling it underneath. Going to try to maybe bring it to the back, maybe into a hammerlock position. Now there's the arm pop. Are we going to see a half Nelson? Nope. Decides not to go with it. kind of seems like he's a little content just riding the legs right there, no?
Very content. Yeah, not his first rodeo, definitely, the way he's working that ride. And
our official says stalemate.
Stalemate, yeah.
No advancement of motion, top or bottom, so he's going to give the wrestlers a fresh start. Fair down, working for the escape. Bostic on top, working the grind, looking for the fall. Man, look, we have the tilt here. Oh, we got a couple swipes. We have at least 2 swipes coming through. Oh!
I'm stuck, Jim.
Bostic had 2, but rolls all the way through. And Fair drops it. Wow.
Pandemonium.
Wow. Bostic up 5-2.
Unbelievable.
Let the roll through go just a little too much. Ends up on his back. Chris Fair being very aware of where he's at. Scoops that head. Tees off. Boy, that's a shame. Bostic had that match under control. Got to keep his head up, man. You got to keep his head up. You can't let things like that
he'll recover from
discourage you.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Moving up to the 215-pound weight class, Cody Fair for the Tigers.
And from McKinley, looks like, well,
I'm going to guess Andrew. Of the bigger of the two, I'd probably go with Andrew.
Andrew, yeah.
Bonham?
Bonham, yeah.
Andrew Bonham. Fair on the double leg.
Wow.
Takes a shot, 2-point takedown. And come back to the center. Bonham down.
Okay.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I say Fair didn't think he got the takedown. He says, nope, we're going back to our feet.
He's going back to his feet anyway.
Absolutely. That's a nice double leg.
That was, yeah.
I mean, look at Fair's body. I mean, big, tall, strong. Again, just coming off that football field, still got to work himself into wrestling shape.
Wow, another one.
Nice double leg
That's
again.
That linebacker in him.
Absolutely.
Record a quick pin there for Fair.
And Fair takes care of business. And it's getting out of hand now, 48-18 as we go into our heavyweight bout. This will be Chase Finnegan for the Tigers.
And it's either going to be Braden Early from McKinley or Davion Thomas, one of the two from the Bulldogs. I'm assuming one of them was the gentleman we saw wrestle before it started. So. All right.
We're going to go with the bigger of the two here. This is, I'm going to say it's probably Braden Early.
Yeah, I'm going with you on that too. Yeah, he's
282, big boy. I mean,
wow.
And again, this is Chase Finnegan for the Tigers. Match is now pretty well taken care of.
Yeah.
Even with 3 falls, that's another 18. It's 36-48. So the Tigers are going to go away with the cross-down showdown victory today.
That's right.
But again, we want to get these two as they're going at it. Heavyweights.
Watching that Massillon Tiger in the background get some sprints in after his victory there, blowing out those
Cody
lungs.
Fair, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Cody Fair, man.
Yeah.
Talk about that being that condition for wrestling. That's how you do it there.
Absolutely. He knows he has a little bit of work to do in that regard, and he's going to put in the time to take care of it. So nice job. 2-point takedown, escape given to the Tigers. Are back on their feet. 2-1 your bout score. And Early with the lead here in the first period. I'll tell you again, Jack Moss, can't say enough. Great job doing all 3 of the varsity matches. I'll tell you what, he'll go home and have a nice little nap this afternoon, won't he?
Had a big day, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, got some excitement here from this.
Little hands clapping, little hands slapping. Well, I don't think next time we'll have met their partner. Santa Claus will have come to town. So,
okay.
Yeah, right. I mean,
that's right.
This will be it for this week. Of course, next week, like we talked about, we're going to try to get a couple in the room sessions scheduled for you. If you have a chance, please stop by the Stark Media YouTube site. We have the Massillon Jackson in the room. I know TJ is working on that for us. Next week, of course, John and TJ and possibly Jamie Fosnight will be up at the Medina tournament doing a little broadcasting at the MIT. Used to be called the greatest show in wrestling back in the day.
That's right.
Yep. Tim Arnold, of course. Tim Down will help us out at the Wheeling Duels as he'll get some footage of our Jackson wrestlers that are down there. I do believe, I want to say Massillon might be there. I haven't seen the full roster or lineup, but I do know quite a few teams from the Stark County area go that way. Again, just a great opportunity for wrestlers to get in, 9-10 matches in 2 days.
That's awesome. Yeah, get those reps in.
Absolutely. And then after that, man, we go into the new year. So a lot of big things coming in 2023 for Stark Media Wrestling. Obviously, like we said, we're going to be starting our youth broadcast, all of our other events. Got some college wrestling coming also. So very excited.
Bulldog and his opponent over with that turn there.
Yeah,
bundle.
Yeah, that
Bulldog bundle.
The Bulldog bundle underneath. I don't know. Is that what you guys called that bundle? We called it the Bulldog, or we called it, Butcher. That's what we called it. We called it the Butcher.
Called it the American Dream.
That was the American Dream.
Like Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was. We called that the Butcher. So. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. I hope some of our listeners out there, when they're watching matches, if you have it called something else, share in the chat. We always like to hear what your program used to call some of the moves that we've learned. But I'll tell you what, nothing gets away from the fundamentals, right?
That's right.
Single leg, double leg,
yeah,
stand up. I mean, on top, your half stance. Nelson or cradle, right? I mean, if you were to look at the sport as a group of swimming lessons, that's level one. Got to know those. Well, I'll tell you what, we got a hug fest going on right now. Who's going to come out? Oh! And I'll tell you what, he was up 4-2. Double arm caught tight. That was tight.
Wow. And
with that, our Massillon wrestler, that again, Mr. Finnegan, seals the deal for the heavyweight.
54.
Wow.
The team score after that one.
And again, I think the next few will be forfeits for the Bulldogs.
Oh, no, they got a guy.
Yep. They're going to come out for their forfeits now at 106. This will be Dylan. We believe Dylan Kuhn at 106 is going to receive a forfeit.
Okay.
That'll be 54-24. And possibly at 113. Not really sure. Maybe 113. There was a double forfeit. Nope. They have him here. They're calling him.
Did it count the forfeits for the guy's record at the end of the season? Or
a forfeit does count towards your record. I mean, it's not your fault that now a bye doesn't count, but a forfeit does, because I mean, it's not your fault that you don't have an opponent, right? So this young man has worked. He's here suited. He's got his headgear on. He's ready to wrestle. So this will count for a win towards his record.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's only fair.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Right. So
you worked hard for it. Yeah.
Nice job. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, John, what do you think, man? What's your overall thought here of the tri match?
I'm impressed. Yeah, best crosstown showdown.
I love that. It's a great,
would have thought of
slogan.
Yeah. No, you know what? And not just these two teams putting in the work, but Alliance. Shout out to them, man. They came out, and glad to see that. Glad to see Stark County wrestling go on top. So, and hopefully we'll get some more coverage with these Stark County wrestlers later during the new year, and taking broadcasting to the next level here, Stark County media, and hopefully we'll have some more good action later on this new year. And I just shook hands with our official there. Yeah,
great guy.
Yep,
great
Mr.
guy.
Moss. Yeah.
Yep. No, you're right, brother. You're spot on. I know that we got a lot of things planned after the new year, like we talked about. Again, well, we were actually going to be out at Lake and Louisville tonight. Louisville was to wrestle Lake. We were actually going to broadcast that, but I understand that Lake program had a pretty serious bout of the flu. I don't know what happened out there. But again, we know we got some really tough weather on its way in. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last time we're going to talk to you prior to Christmas. So we want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. Enjoy time with your family. Nothing better than family. So we hope you have a great time. Stay warm, stay safe. I think that's the biggest thing as always. And John and I will be back next week. Well, actually, John will be back next week with the MIT. I'll be hopefully with a little bit of in the room for you. I know we'll be back together very soon with some dual action at the youth and college level. But we want to thank you for stopping by Stark Media, taking, again, as he said, taking media to the next level, broadcasting to that next level. Thank you all very much for joining us. For John Lowery, this is Jim Bostic. God bless and enjoy.
Enjoy.